December. Let me get this chat off as well. Yeah, 3 p.m. for me, not too bad. Been up since about 7 myself though, so I was where you were not too long ago.
No, I gotta turn off the microwave. Hold on one second.
Oh yeah, look at your background. Lovely. Got the fusion truck stuff on deck. Got the ABS as well. Oh, nice.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry. New audio source. New audio source in the stream software. So my bad. My bad. Thanks for letting me know. It would have been like a dingus.
So they can hear you now, yeah?
Yeah,
I
there we
imagine.
go.
Very good.
Yeah, they can hear you.
That could have been a long episode if you got to the end.
Oh Lord, I would have been so mad because like I see it coming through on the roadcaster, but yeah, I forgot to unmute the source in this tab here. Thanks, Clam. But no, I work at a little game shop, so like when they send they send the marketing kits, you get 2 of each, and like we don't have the space for 2 of each, so I just take one.
Fair enough. Love that. What's your favorite possession back there? While we wait for Gaze to come back. What's your?
Oh, so I was a big Sega Genesis collector at one
Oh
point
yeah.
in time. So
Yeah.
I have a sealed copy of Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X.
Oh, okay. 32X games are well expensive.
Yeah, and I just completed a few weeks ago. I just got a manual for Pokemon Stadium 2, so it's chilling back there, and it's complete in box finally.
Nice. That is. What's my
Lazy Death, Justin Basil. What's up? How y'all doing?
Oh yes, then Justin Basil. Love that. Love that. Got that slick website on deck. Yes, love that.
Mm-hmm. He was on the pod as well at one point in time. It was a very informative episode. I very much enjoyed it.
He was a great guest.
He's a clever guy. Not like me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You've got a good wit to you. You got a good wit.
Very.
Wouldn't go that far. I just talk loud. That's what people seem to like.
Well, that's what we want today.
Oh goodness! Yeah, of course I can bring the noise, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Gazer, are you ready?
Love that.
I think I am.
Okay, I am recording. So take it away, my dude.
Okay. What's happening, y'all? Gazer Beam 2K here with Stupid Gust 1 podcast episode. I lost track.
Season 2, episode 7.
We talked about this before. I mean, like in total, though, how many is that? Like, what is that?
Almost 30.
Episode almost 30. What's going on? Stupid, it is an early morning episode. I am zombified right now. I'm dying, bro. How are you feeling, though?
I'm starting to wake up. I got an energy drink and a cup of water, and kind of been munching on like little bits of dried fruit to have for breakfast. So
you also have an energy drink, a cup of water, dried fruit, and a new microphone.
Oh yes. The new microphone, the new audio interface. I'm sure it's gonna sound a lot better for Anchor, and all that kind of nonsense. So much love to everybody who listens on Spotify, and also now, in addition to Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, we're also available now on Amazon Podcasts as of last week.
Big moves.
So
wow,
take a
big
peek
moves.
at that. Enjoy that if you do. Make sure you hook us up with a review over there as well to help it get a little bit more discovered on that platform. I don't know what the Pokemon podcast scene is like there, but hey, maybe we are the premier Pokemon podcast on Amazon.
There it is.
Who knows if the others are uploading there.
Sue, how was your week, man? This episode's a little bit later than normal. Normally we record on a Monday or a Tuesday, but we had to make an exception, which I don't mind doing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
How was your week?
It was okay. It's been kind of quiet. Work's been a little bit slow. We've been starting to do tournaments on Tuesdays at the shop, and had a couple of the peeps play. One of the younger kids won for the first time, so they were very excited. They won with Lost Zone Dialga. They went undefeated, so.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's a thing? Doesn't feel like a thing, man.
it's a thing. It's a thing.
A gnarly deck that is. Jesus.
How about you?
I played in our locals last night and Monday. Last night I took second, which is fine. It was weird. For some reason, the new program, you're a professor, so you know how the new program works. It paired, there was two people who were 2-0. It paired a 2-0 with a 1-1 and another 2-0 with a 1-1. And then the 2 1-1s beat the 2-0. So everybody finished 2-1.
Yeah, the new software is awkward, especially the fact that you can't test on it. Because anytime you make an event on it, it goes on Pokemon.com and treats it like it's super official. It's not like Tom where you can just make one and run one. So like I'm still running Tom for a lot of things at the shop, but like when it comes time for pre-release like next weekend, I have to run it on PEM or it doesn't count. And then the last one, it made no sense when I ran it. It took a player away. Like we maxed out. We sold all 20 kits, but it told me I only reported 19 players.
You're like, okay.
And I was like, that doesn't make any sense because there was no buys at all. If I had 19 players, I would have had to have a buy. I didn't have a buy. I completely maxed out. So like, why it reported one less player, it makes no sense. I know a lot of people are starting to, now that they're using it, it's kind of a hassle. It's causing some problems.
That's what I'm hearing. But yeah, last night it somewhere it paired the two 2-0s with the 2 1-1s, and we all beat each other. So everyone finished 2-1. So based off resistances and who beat who and who lost to who, I ended up finishing second with I have a spicy Zoroark deck. It's hear me out. It's Lost Box Zoroark.
Oh, wow, okay.
There's Comfey in there. There's Cramorant. It helps the Lost Box matchup. So it's different. It's not as fast or straightforward as regular Zoroark that I had been running with the Mew engine and just drawing and just hitting hard. But when I run into Lost Box, I actually have a way to trade a couple prizes. So it kind of works. It's interesting.
What do you think about the one that they had on the stream from SLC that had the Hisuian Zoroark in there, the fighting energy?
That was interesting too. The one with the Decidueye.
Yeah, because it can shred through Miltank or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I figured with the if I get enough in the Lost Zone, like I see what the matchup is, and I said, okay, I got to get Cramorant and active, so I get Lost Zone going. I have 2 Colress. I have 3 Comfey. Okay. And usually I can get the Lost Zone going, and then I just attack with Cram and take out the Miltank that way, which worked a couple times. But last night I didn't hit that matchup. I hit everything but that, and I was like, man, I wish I had my regular build. I would have just been blasting through everybody. But I managed to win 2-1, and then Monday I took that same deck to locals, and I went 3-0, got to the final round, and we ended up tying. I hadn't lost the game. I went 3-0. I was at 2-0'd everybody, got to the last round, beat the first guy 1-0, and then the guy beat me in turns. Went to time. He beat me on turn 3, and then we tied, and then based off resistance, just because he beat someone who I hadn't played, who did a little bit better than everyone else, he took first, I took second. So I've been second twice this week, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, if you're not first, you're last, as they say.
But no, about this like software and the new programs and stuff like that. I don't know why people why can't we just use Limitless? I mean, that Robin Schultz guy, he's really good.
Yeah, some places have used Limitless before. Like if you look at some of the full grip 1Ks and whatnot, they use Limitless at one point in time. I see tons of like 1Ks and winner boxes and stuff all across Limitless that are like password protected, of course, so random dude from the internet just can't get in there and wreak havoc or whatever. But it's a possibility. I wish that all this in-house development that TPCI has been doing with like live and with this, they could just like hand it off to more experts.
Yeah, that's true. Instead of trying to handle themselves, they're like, hey, you know what you're doing. Here's some money. Do it for us. Do it the right way. Yeah, I'm going to a double winner box this weekend.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Okay,
that's gonna be interesting.
Like a back-to-back kind of situation, or what?
No, there's 2 boxes up for grabs.
Okay.
That's 2 boxes up for grabs. So we're gonna see what happens with that. Yeah, but where's Robin Schultz from? He's from
somewhere in
Germany,
Europe.
I think. Germany.
Yeah. Somewhere in Europe. Yeah. I love Europe. I love our Europeans, man, our UKers and stuff like that. The scene over there is real different. I wish we had someone we could talk to who's just like, mostly, I guess lived over there, maybe casted a couple times, someone who's in, like, in the sports or fitness, something like that.
Hang on, sorry. Let me get my handy dandy notebook out for the Blues Clues style introduction again. Every week. So
all
what
right, here's
you're
our first
saying,
clue.
what you're saying is you want someone
Pokemon
from
content from the UK. Write that down.
Yep. Totally.
Okay. Fitness expert. Write that down.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Someone who's casted before and has write that down.
Yeah. Totally. I'm totally writing everything down.
Okay. Any idea who our guest could be?
Fitness expert. What are we fitting and where?
Fitting this.
Oh, fitting
Windows.
this. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, well, how about HotChocPTCG?
I love that guy. Can we get him on?
Oh, too late. He's already here.
What the?
Wait a minute. There we are.
There he is.
Yo, what's up, Gust people? HotChocPTCG. Here we are. I'm glad to actually get myself one of these. It's been a long time coming in, Gazers people. I've been trying to organise this for a while. It never quite lined up.
I think the
I
one
hit
time
Shai
we
up
were
maybe.
close, I think you were gonna go commentate. I think was the same weekend.
Yeah, I think that was Bill Bob. I think. Yeah.
We're getting close. So actually, I got to call the cast. I'm like, oh, well, hey, you got to go for it. Go do it.
Yeah, and that was a fun regional Bill Bob. All kinds of stuff. Reggie's in top 8. Mew taking it all home as well. Let's go. I was a happy guy, but yeah, excited to be here. Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Glad to have you. We've been excited waiting for this for a hot minute now. So
I woke up at 6:30 a.m. to make this happen. So this is a big deal for me. So I'm happy you're on. Shai, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I love that. I'm happy to be here. Let's make some noise, baby. Let's go.
So yeah, for people who don't know who you are for whatever ungodly reason, do you want to give a little small introduction for yourself?
Yeah, so HotChocPTCG, and my real name is Shai Burton. Used to be known as the Slowpoke Well. Rebranded not too long ago. I've casted a couple regionals, God bless. Hopefully I'll do some more. But I mostly just make videos on YouTube, some standard deck stuff. I've dabbled in some comedy skits before. Now I'm sort of doing more historic mini documentary type stuff. It's just whatever I feel like making, to be honest. And for the most part, some people tend to like it. So yeah, just making a fool, being loud in the Pokemon community. That tends to be the niche, I feel.
Yeah,
you're honestly,
you're honestly like a breath of fresh air, or I guess a gust of wind.
I get what you did there.
In the content sphere for Pokemon, like we've complimented you on here many times, comparing like other creators that like we get into the rut of like everybody makes the same deck 47 times after it wins an event, and like we really need that sort of repetitive, nonsensical crap? Like people say yes, but I say no. Show me something different, and you're one of like the 5 people who do something different. Not just deck profiles, but like the skits and the information bits. And I mean, the skits are absolutely freaking hilarious. I died with the player from the future in the past episode with the Mew VMAX and the stats. I was just like, oh my God.
No, my favorite is anytime he's dissing the Mew VMAX. How long those turns take?
Oh yeah.
It's like 2 different ones like that. Like, this is great. He said, well, I put down the Gyarados and I'll pass. All right, well, let's see what I can get going here. Oh, I'm going to play a VIP pass. Oh, look, I have another VIP pass.
Yeah, who would have thought that? Yeah, that was a fun one. Well, a funny story about that, I did a team challenge yesterday. I ended up winning, but there was some guy that was playing Ice Rider, right? I beat him, my round 1. Then in round 2, a guy that was playing Giratina played the Ice Rider. And you could see he was just like this, waiting for the Giratina's turn to go. And I was like, whose turn 1 was worse, mine or his? And he was like, definitely Tina. I was like, yes. So there's a new worse deck than Mew for turn 1 time now. Because
people used to think that Ice Rider's turns would take forever before people figured out the Inteleon engine completely.
Yeah.
Go back a year's time. That felt like an eternity.
Yeah, it did. And shout out to that Giratina player. Got a turn 2 star Requiem. I was like, oh, goodness gracious.
Wow.
I'm glad that was against the Ice Rider and not me.
They had the dig for that one, didn't they? They were probably scoop up net, air balloon, scoop up net, switch card, scoop up net.
Yeah. Well, what is it? So you get 2 off, you get 4 in total off Korra, so 6 comp phase over 2 turns is what it was, right? Oof.
Wow. That's absolutely brutal.
Yeah, no, that's a lot, right? So I'm just glad that wasn't me.
All gas,
I
no
wouldn't have been
brakes.
happy. That's it. Yeah, no messing about. No messing about.
That's
Giratina deck's strong though. Golly, it might be time for me to retire Mew now. Because I played a few games of it and I was like, yo, this deck is actually insane.
it's it's relatively cheap too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like here in the States, like a Giratina V-Star is $10.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're not super expensive. I don't know if just like the amount of collectors trying to get the Aerodactyl and the alternate art V here that have like dumped the prices down, but it's relatively budget to build Tina compared to say still Palkia, even though it's like gotten cheaper. And I mean Mew will be cheap next month finally for a lot of
Mew's
people.
pretty cheap now. I was looking at getting like full art Genesects and that. They're only like £8. No, £6, which is
Ooh,
pretty cheap, really,
yeah.
for a playable full art. So
I might
yeah, maybe everyone's selling them off before the battle decks come out.
It might be time for me to do that too. I'm quite the rarity whore, I guess, is the correct term, as people say.
Mhm.
So
Can we say that on this podcast? Rarity whore.
I mean, yeah.
Already has.
Oh, okay. So the alt art Genesect in the States is about $25 US, but the full arts are like $6. So if you're getting the alternate arts for £8, man, I would hop on that in a hot minute.
Oh no, I meant full art. Sorry,
Oh, the
not
full art. Okay,
not,
okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm still.
I can get we can get the I'm looking here. Alt art for about 15 actually. So that's
yeah, there you go.
still decent. Yeah,
Mhm.
still decent.
60 quid for a place. That sounds pretty good.
I will
Yeah.
never touch Mew, just so you know. I refuse. Another cheap
You're
deck is
playing
Zorg V-Star.
Zoroark. You're
Zorg
playing
V-Star is
Zoroark.
also a cheap
It's
deck if you guys
basically
want to look
Mew.
at that.
It's just the same thing now.
It's not. I can defend that. I had a conversation with like 4 people yesterday.
Okay,
Hear me out.
to me.
Hear me out.
Talk to
Hear
me.
me out. Okay, and shout out to Justin Basil too, who brought something to my mind last week during the pod.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on then. Convince me.
My problem was with Mew. You can constantly draw. You can see 10 to 15 cards every turn.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Zoroark, it's one big burst. Okay, I have my V-Star, that's 7. I might be able to do a full hand research, another 7. I might be able to Crobat, another 6 at the most. So one big burst, 20 cards maybe at the most. That's it. After that, I'm just down to my regular supporter stuff like that. Unless I play Barrel, but a lot of people don't.
Okay.
Justin Basil made the analogy that when people had Shaman back in the day, you can put a Shaman down, draw till you have 6. You play your hand out, another Shaman, draw till you have 6. But after that Shaman is just dead. It's sitting there, it's on the bench. It can't constantly draw every turn.
Okay.
I feel like Mew is annoying because it just draws every turn. And it's like, in my opinion, there's not a lot of thought into it, Shai. It's just like, I don't know what I need. Let me just draw a card. What do I need now?
Gracious. There's loads of gameplay lines with you. Don't be silly.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff you can do.
loads.
And there's so many ways you could build that deck too. Like you could play it with
Right.
just the DTE, or you
Two
could play it with
ways.
Meowetta.
There's Meloetta or there's not Meloetta. It's just 2 ways.
Okay, or
Well,
you could
well,
be
yeah.
a psycho and play it with Latios and Latios if you really want to.
Back in the day when you played the
Yeah,
Latios, yeah. I'm not having that though, guys. So there's plenty of lines you can do with Mew V, man. I played it a long time. Like, you know, in the
I played 2
mirror,
Mews last night.
Yeah,
I played 2 Mews last night with my Zoroark, with my Lost Box Zoroark. I beat both of them. The deck I lost to was the mirror. I lost to the mirror. I lost to the Zoroark mirror. But look, one Mew guy, he's a good player, and he took shout out to my boy King Drake Cloud. He played in Salt Lake City, his first regional ever, and he took 48th. First regional ever.
Oh,
took 48th.
wow, that's crazy. Well,
I gotta see the list. His Mew list is like so weird, but it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
There's a Thornton in there, and it's Meloetta. It's weird, man, but it works.
Wow. Cool.
He and I went to game 3. I beat him in game 3. I got a little lucky. But the other guy played with standard, fusionless Mew, just regular Mew. He was literally just drawing cards, hoping like, I hope. Oh man, I hope I get something. Oh my! And so he was struggling, and it's like that's what Mew. Let me just draw and hope. Let me flip a coin for Cramomatic. Oh, I didn't get it. I hope. I don't feel like there's a lot of strategy, man. I just don't see it.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at his list right now because I remember getting tagged in the tweets. He played Featherball. 2 copies of Featherball.
Oh, that list! I've seen that list.
Yeah.
2 Featherball, 2 Ultra Ball. That is honestly wild, but fair play, it worked.
It got him to 48th.
No, exactly.
He started off 5-0.
So.
He got to day 2. I think he won the first couple and lost a couple in a row, and that was it. But he did really well.
No, fair play to him. Like, was it what was his name again? Daniel Burners. Is it here?
I'll tag you in it. Let's see if I can find him on Twitch. Can I find my own account? But yeah, I'll tag you so you can see.
Okay. But yeah, no, fair play. For day 2, your first regional, carry on, my friend. That is crazy. Well done to him. Fair play to him. Love to see it.
Yes.
Now we just need to see Gazer do that at San Diego.
No, I'm gonna do that for Fresno regional.
Oh.
You know we're probably getting one in Fresno right here.
So I mean, I saw the T-shirt that came out at Peoria that was like Southern California or Central Cal, whatever, the Northern California. I don't
It's
know.
in Northern California.
Whatever,
Yeah.
it's all the same. It's just one big state of disappointment. But then and then it said Fresno at SLC, and then yet there's still no announcement. There's still nothing about it. So like, do you think they like made that merchandise of those bags and those T-shirts way too far in advance, and then TPCI is just like, nah, not today.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna announce it till maybe what, February at the earliest.
I don't think they're gonna announce it at all. I don't hope it's real. Like,
why?
Bro,
first
it's in my hometown.
I know, that'd be good for you and all, but like for everybody else, like, I don't want to come to Fresno.
I don't think Pokemon care where a regional is these days. They put a regional in Harrogate, England. I lived there all my life. I still didn't know where Harrogate was. Where's this? Wait. They don't care.
But like, does Fresno even have like its own like major commercial airline airport?
We do. We have an international airport. I've realized that all regionals, because I talked to a few judges, all regionals have to have a place for an international airport, and we do have one.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is. The Fresno Yosemite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yosemite International Airport. Yeah, there you
go. We do have an international airport. We have large convention centers. We have other stadiums we could use too. So there's space here.
So what you're telling me is that we need to not do Blame Gazer merch to fund you. We need to do the Blame Gazer merch to fund me to come to Fresno.
We got to get you to Fresno. Yes.
Okay. The first T-shirt is out in the wild now. It's been shipped and delivered. It's in the server in the Discord. Trezor got their first.
Was it our boy Clam?
No, Trezor got the first one. And then Clam also ordered a couple days ago, so it'll take maybe a week for that to ship out. So if you want to see the first piece of the Blame Gazer merch that got printed and shipped out, it's in the Discord server. Link down below.
Or if I walk into a region, I'll see people with a shirt that says Blame Gazer. I'm gonna be so.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm ordering a hoodie on payday finally. But I think I'm just gonna.
Stupid did the episode. Stupid did the episode without me. I was at a winner box trying to get. I had to win it in. I ended up losing it anyway. But I was trying to win in, get into a winner box. So I said, "Super, I'm not gonna make it in time for the episode." He's like, so I'll go without you. So he did it with the Trainers Guild. He did it with Vulcan TCG, with that one guy who shall not be named.
Vulcan Turtle and On Guard, and then halfway
On Guard,
through,
and that guy that shall not be named.
Halfway through, 9 Card joined.
I said not to name him. Why'd you name him?
Yeah, I know you guys are beefing on Twitter.
They're always fighting. I can't wait to see like this basketball wrestling match. I don't know how it's gonna work. Yeah. I don't know that they have to tackle each other to get the ball, or I don't know how it's gonna work.
Give a 2-point takedown, and then that person gets to take a jump shot.
But no, I'm comment on this basketball because I used to play National League basketball myself, and I don't know what that defender was doing.
Well, you were trying to run games in London. I remember that tweet. I was like, man, I wish I was going. Oh man, because then Flex Daddy, shout out to Flex Daddy. JW came and said, "I'll play," and then everyone's like, "I'll play. I want to play." I'm like, I wish I was going to London. I want to
play. Yeah, never quite end up happening, unfortunately, but it would have been fun. Would have been fun.
But no, Subin did the episode without me, and then On Guard was like, well, this is happening, so we could just blame Gazer for it. And it just caught fire. Hashtag blame Gazer was all over. It was trending on Twitter for a little bit. Now there's merchandise. And Sean, like, I didn't approve any of this. It just, I didn't say any of this was okay.
Yeah, so I made the merch. I didn't tell him that, like, the plan was that the proceeds for the blame Gazer merch will get him to come to the East Coast for a regional.
Right, I see. So that makes sense. I'll have to get one then.
So far, a couple T-shirts and stickers. He's got about... and a $20 anonymous donation. So you got about $50-ish probably after I figure out the actual number. I don't know what it is.
That might cover some of the hotel fees.
That might cover the gas for you to get to the airport to get out here.
Hey, this California gas is expensive, man. I tell you what.
Yeah. It's the premium.
I can see the merch now. That's funny. Is it just the proceeds from the Blame Gazer one?
Yeah,
that goes to that?
the blame gazer one. And I mean, if worst case scenario, if people do buy the regular Gust of Wind podcast stuff and there's enough sales, then we'll figure that out to make it work. But not the Greninja and not my name. That doesn't count.
Okay.
But
I might pick one.
the others will
Appreciate that, Shai.
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I'll count those in there too.
Man, but we are joined with HotChocPTCG, formerly the Slowpoke Well. Mr. Chalk, you talked a little bit about yourself. Before we get into our next segment, the 6-prize turn, I have a question for you. How long have you been doing this content creation? Because I know you have over 5,000 subscribers.
Yes.
It's bigger than I could ever hope to be on YouTube. YouTube is hard. I don't know how you do it, but how long have you been doing it?
So it's actually a fairly good question. I don't really know the answer. So maybe I'll quickly go on YouTube and see what my oldest video was. But I know I started making videos with a friend. I'd like to say a good few years ago, maybe in the 5, maybe even 6 years ago. Just pure messing about though. More like going to League Cup vlogs and just being, just random deck profiles. But we're talking ages ago now. And then when COVID hit, I think I've removed the really old ones. But and then when COVID hit, I was like, well, I'm locked in the house. I literally can't do anything. But I can still play TCGO. So how about we just, play some TCGO? And then from there, I just sort of, thought, this is okay. Sort of learn more about, how to, I don't know, get better video quality, and then, how to get better audio, and like people preferred rogue decks or meta decks, all that stuff. And then I think what ended up happening in the UK, because I was a personal trainer at the time, I could have got I think you guys would call it almost like a stimulus kind of check, where you'd get 80% of your what your wages would have been. The government give it to you for 3 months. So I got that, and I'm like, well, I'm at my parents' house. I got no bills at the minute. Let's just put all this on cameras, mics, and a PC. So I dumped all this money, and I was like, right, let's actually make a good go of it then. And I was uploading daily, sometimes double daily for a while, and then and I guess over time it sort of changed from deck profiles, more normal standard content you might see in other places, and change a little bit more to comedy, which worked out really well. And now at the minute I'm sort of doing a bit more historic. It's just whatever I feel like at the time. So it's probably not great for YouTube growth, always chopping and changing, but yeah, that's just
that part is true. But I feel like your last video, the one you did about Azul's run in was that 2018?
2018 sounds right, yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. That Azul expanded regional he played in. I think that's a great video. And I think the views are, showing up for you. So I think people are liking it,
Yeah, I think the essays, I dabbled with them a little bit last year. Was it 8 months ago I started. And the views have always been good. I think the very first one I made on the Mega Ordino Winning Worlds, I think that's going to be my most viewed video soon, because it's getting loads of views every day. It's in the algorithm now, getting pumped out to people. But the problem with them is they just take so long to make. They take so long between research, script writing, recording the script. The editing takes long. That's what I
don't know how you do YouTube. Oh, man.
Yeah. The editing, it takes a while. And that's why I sort of stopped doing them. And I fell back into doing deck profiles, and then, but then I thought, like you were alluding to earlier, Steve, you can get deck profiles everywhere, can't you? I always say, what's gonna stop? Why would someone watch my deck profile over Omni Joe, Azul, Tricky Jim, Little Dark Fury? Probably not a lot, right? So I thought, let's give these a go, and then the reception has been pretty good. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with them, I think, for a bit anyway.
I'm gonna pitch you a video idea. It's not only historical and informative, but it's also going to be comedy. You should do Gazer's exploits on Twitch and all the scams that he's pulled off, and all the the guy faking the jump out of the way in the basketball video.
I did an actual backflip. I don't know why people think
all
it's
the
fake.
Scamming. Gazer dressing up like Sailor Moon and in a hula lady, finger quotes on that one.
That's hula gazer. It's a lowland gazer. That's what it is. We'll call it that.
A lowland gazer.
We'll call it a lowland gazer.
A lowland gazer. Love it. Yeah, I'm always after ideas for the essays. So
there you go.
Yeah, pitch them.
The exploits of Gazer Beam and all of his notorious scams.
I'm gonna send you the backflip Steven's talking about. You'll see. I did a backflip. Everyone says it's kind of scammed and rigged. I did actual backflip.
So
I
yeah,
did it.
he did a backflip. He completely turned into a white guy for it. You see him run off the side of the screen, and then you see a white dude do a backflip, and then Gazer comes back in. I did it, yeah. The biggest scam ever. It was a September thing where he's like, if I get 200 subs, I'll do a backflip. And yeah, he got 200 subs, but he didn't do a backflip.
I know this probably makes for bad listening. But I'm gonna send it. It's in the chat right now. I'll send it to you right now.
Okay.
Take a look at the chat. I know it makes for bad for bad listening, but I want you to see it, Shai, and see what you think, man.
Yeah, I want to see it. I
did a backflip. I don't know what Steven's talking about. It was me.
Yeah, he didn't do a backflip. He didn't do a backflip.
Oh, where did you put it? Sorry.
He put it in the chat on the video.
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube. Oh yeah, hold on, I've got that open. Here it is. Okay, let me see this.
Yeah, there's.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It was really me.
All right. What? How did you come in like nothing's wrong? Oh, that's funny. Oh,
biggest
I
scam.
thought you were trying to style out. Like, do you remember that commercial way back in the day where Kobe
Yes.
jumps over a moving car? I thought you try and style it like that and just like edit yourself
up in the air coming down.
Yeah. But you just.
I remember that Kobe was there and he had his little feet going. Like, all right, here we go. He jumped over the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he just jumped.
Oh,
that's funny. That's funny. Fair play. That was a good backflip.
yeah.
I'm breaking the fourth wall. Our guy Sean is here for the win TCG. He said that's definitely Gazer. Definitely Gazer. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. So see, it's official. Sean says it's me. It had to be me.
Get your eyes checked.
Oh
bro.
yes, then Sean. What are you saying, fellow
What's up
UK
for the win?
YouTuber? Let's go.
All
Hot
right.
Choc, I don't know if you realize, but this isn't your normal kind of podcast, your normal kind of interview. We can't be serious about anything over here.
Yeah, we're.
Oh no, that's great. That's great. I don't
That's
take
great.
anything seriously. Like my kind of podcast.
Let's go.
We do have a segment we have to move on to. The six prize term. What's gonna happen is Stu and I are gonna, rapid fire 6 questions at you. I'll ask one, he'll ask one, we'll go back and forth. You have to answer as quick as possible, no hesitation. First thing that comes to your mind, just blurt it out, say it. If you take too long to think about it, we're gonna dock you points. These points don't matter though, but you will lose points. Eventually, if you lose enough points, you lose the game, and you get exiled to.
So wait, hang on.
I don't know.
So this is the first 6 prize turn with the soundboard on the new audio equipment. So like I could hit this if I don't like your answer.
Oh boy.
So if you're taking too long, Stu gonna hit the buzzer.
We'll clap, and I got crickets, and we got the air horn. So
Oh yes, then got the effects on there.
Yeah, we're ready to go. So we're gonna turn into a radio show now for about 5 minutes.
Love that. I watch a lot of these sports shows. Come on then, let's give it a go.
All right, Gaze, you got the first question.
Question. Okay, Mr. Hot Choc, the worst Pokemon V-Star.
Oh no, wait, I don't buzz. I was gonna say Trevenant, but that's a VMAX, isn't it? Worst V-Star. What is the worst V-Star? Oh my goodness, I can't even think of any. What's a really bad V-Star Pokemon? Shame him. Let's go with that. Shame him. That's pretty bad.
I mean, I said that, and then people are like, "Wait a minute, you can heal," and like I've used it before, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you can heal. But it's got like 260.
All right, you say Shaman, I'll raise you Cleavor V-Star.
He's so bad.
Cleavor, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Maybe
you know
Magnezone.
what?
Can I get Magnezone?
Oh, I tried.
Aerodactyl, anybody? Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl, yeah. I tried a mind back. I just couldn't think of it. I was on the spot so much. I was like, whoa.
That's the point of the 6 prize turn. You got to take these prizes quick. You just got to
fair
be
enough.
on your feet.
Yeah.
That's what it's on you.
Non-Pokemon. Favorite genre of music?
Oh, it's got to be house music, definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of techno.
Yeah,
love that.
My polar opposites is I like heavy metal, and then I like EDM.
Oh no, EDM's kind of in that direction. House, isn't it? Electric.
Yeah.
In that direction. Heavy metal, don't know. I do listen to a bit of heavy metal when I'm in the gym, actually.
There
to be
you go.
fair.
Okay, let's go.
Mm.
If you see the video of what's her name, Kelly Clarkson or whatever, or somebody that's like, oh yeah, I love I Prevail when I'm in the gym. I was like, whoa, that's
I thought you were gonna say you
Nah,
like
I
this
haven't
with Kelly
seen that.
Clarkson. I'm like, that's
Who's
fine.
Kelly Clarkson? Oh, her. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't have had her down for.
Yeah, she
Fair
she
enough.
says that her favorite thing to listen to when she's in the gym is the band I Prevail. So
Okay,
it's kind of wild, right?
each of their own. Get into the
yeah.
yeah, getting pumped. Love it, love it, love it. Go on. What's the
All right,
next one then?
Next question for me. I had a good question. I forgot about it earlier, so I got to come up with something now. Non favorite non Pokemon game.
Dark Souls, Dark Souls.
Ooh,
Fair enough.
okay.
Fair enough.
Into the
Yeah,
hard difficulty
definitely.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, love a bit of Dark Souls. I've only played the first one. I need to actually get around and play more, but I just don't have time. But yeah, Dark Souls is so good, man. Oh, I love it.
All right. I
Love
always ask this question, and I already know your answer. Favorite brand of sleeves?
Oh, Dragon Shield. Gotta be Dragon Shield. Go check out the link I'm joking.
I mean, I'll put it in the pod. I'll put it in the audio episode. Send me the link later.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
they literally gave me an affiliate link, literally yesterday as of recording. But oh yeah, I think Dragon Shield sleeves are just so goated though. Like I think I had Mew VMAX and a pair of Pink Diamond, since EUIC, which I think was like March, and I only just swapped them out literally 2 days ago. This is incredible sleeves. Man.
I had Mew in a pair of like the Onyx, like the black ones with like the speckles inside of it or whatever it is. And
Oh,
then,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
when
yeah.
I unsleeved it, the Mew V and the Genesect V left like indents on the front. They were in there for so long, like it was like a sunburn almost.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
it took easy like 4 or 5 months before I was like, all right, cool, it's time to re-sleeve this.
That's it.
From
Yeah,
you VMAX in a penny sleeve in my binder. That's right. Mine
Oh,
is.
A penny sleeve?
come
Disrespect.
on. Come
I
on.
pulled one day and I was like, ew, what's this? And it's in my
What?
binder. So yeah.
Why does everyone hate Mew so much? Do you remember the SLC stream? They were like, "This is the first time we've never got Mew VMAX on stream." I'm like, why are you proud of this? Why does everyone hate it now?
Good thing. I was happy for them. I'm like, yay, Reggie.
Like it's weird because
Yeah,
like you either absolutely love Mew or you absolutely hate it. There's no one in the middle. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, Mew's okay, I guess. I never
It's
heard any.
I respect
I've
it as a
never-
good deck. It's a top deck, but I just don't like
I've
it.
never heard anyone say like, yeah, it's okay, I guess. Like they either absolutely like woo or they're like no.
Oh well, I adore Mew. I adore it. My bae, honestly. Hang on, where is she? Hold on.
Oh no.
Always breaking it out.
Oh no.
Gazer's about to get salty.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this little cute. How can you hate this guy? Come
Yeah,
on.
that's okay. Yeah, see, it's adorable. Yeah. There you
I
go.
like Mew as a Pokemon. I'm definitely
Right,
because I'm a Gen 1er, so I like Mew as a Pokemon. It's one of my favorite Pokemons, probably in my top 15, top 20.
Look at that.
But
the rainbow
As
too.
a VMAX deck, no, just no.
Just no.
I
No.
would grab mine, but my backpack's over there. And, I'm just.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look. Oh, love it.
All
my
right.
little-
Gazer,
It's
you
on me,
got-
I believe.
You got. Yeah, you got. This is your last one.
Last one, okay. Oh, I had a good question last night. I wish I wrote it down. It's not coming back to me. I had a question last night, and I was like, okay, I'll ask this in the morning. I'll know what to ask, and then now it's gone. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
At least I didn't get the. I was
Okay,
worried
so I
it'd
got to
be
come up
me.
with something on the spot.
It's hard when you're on the spot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There, I get it. What's the question that everybody wants to know about? Let's see this.
Well, I've got one for you actually. Let's Uno
Whoa,
reverse it.
Oh.
Wait,
Favorite,
Can you do this?
favorite fizzy drink? Go.
Oh.
It's definitely got to be soda. Probably Dr. Pepper.
Oh man. Mountain Dew Typhoon. Bring it out of the vault forever, please.
Oh, I think someone is at my door. Hang on, give me 2 seconds.
You're good.
Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Did he really just flip the question back up? Can he do
Yeah.
that?
I mean, that's never happened before.
Is that legal?
You know, I don't know.
Okay,
He
we
did-
gotta
Yeah, he did say Uno reverse. He really did. He did.
we gotta get our legal team on this. I don't think you can do that.
The legal team, you mean your fake account on Twitter that's called
I don't know
Pokemon
whose
Lawyer?
account that is. It's not mine.
You made it. I tracked the IP address of it. Thank
No,
you.
you checked IP.
No, I didn't. I don't have that kind of access. What do I?
I don't know whose account that is. They said Gazer can help with your legal troubles.
Oh,
Oh, please.
See, when he walked away, I should have hit this. I'm gonna leave that in there. We're not gonna edit this out. I'm gonna leave it in here. It's gonna be funny.
Right. So I can't talk to chat?
Oh, we got a big box.
Yo? Wonder what that could be.
Ooh, what's in the box?
Dragon Shields?
I actually don't know.
A box of Dragon Shields? What is it?
It might be. I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
That's a big.
Oh, no, it's got
that's a big box though.
Yeah, shall we? I don't know if I should crack it open. I'll save it for later. I'm not
Okay.
sure what it could be.
The
You're
suspense.
saying
you know.
HotChoc has a big package?
Oh dear God.
Wow. Wow.
Well, well, I'm not one to brag, but
Yeah,
I never had no complaints or anything. You know what I mean?
right back.
Like
Ruben, last question was on you, man. You got a question for him?
You didn't even ask him.
Well, in my spot, he reversed it back to us.
No,
so
no,
it counts as.
You still have to ask him a question.
I'm out of questions, man. My brain. It's 7 in the morning. Please,
All right,
my brain hurts.
All right. I'll ask 2 questions then. All right. I'll make one up. All right. So fitness and all. Yeah.
Okay.
On cheat day, what is your favorite thing to have?
On cheat day, a big burger, maybe like a Five Guys or something, or Nando's.
Okay.
Definitely.
Nando's is a chicken joint, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a spiced Portuguese style chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah, very good. Not too high in calories either, to be honest.
Okay. I would like to try it. I like spicy stuff. So.
Yeah, you should give it a go.
I don't know if I wonder if there's even any in the States anywhere.
Is it in America? Let's have a look.
There
Nando's.
There might be.
Is there a Nando's in the US? Oh, there are. They are located throughout Washington, Virginia, Maryland, and Chicago.
Okay, well, I'm
Really?
it's a 4 to 6 hour drive depending on which one I want to go to. So yeah, maybe I'll just hop in the car and drive for 6 hours and get some chicken.
It'll be worth it, I promise.
I mean, I'll be going through Virginia to go to Charlotte Regionals, so
Stop off
there you
Fernando's
go.
while you're there.
whenever that happens.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to North Carolina, though, I got to get Bojangles chicken. So that's where it's at. All right,
I'm just looking for a Dairy Queen, man. That's all I want.
Yeah, you are into that because you just can't get it.
I can't.
So I said I'd asked 2 to make up for Gazer's lack of creativity and thought process here.
I mean, you're not wrong. I can't argue that.
All right, hypothetical. If there was one brand that could sponsor you, what would it be?
Oh, my question came back. I got it.
Okay, I'll answer them both. If I could get sponsored by any brand, what would I pick? Maybe Nike?
Okay.
Probably Nike, right? That'd be a pretty sick sponsor to have.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I think so.
That question I had on the back burner too about if you could have any sponsor. I wouldn't think it like any brand, but that's a good one, stupid. But
Question.
I was thinking something like card related, any brand. But that's a better question, stupid. But my question that I had last night that finally came back because I'm a genius. I just have to wait for my brain to start ticking and moving and operating.
Yeah.
I'm like Kanye West. I'm like a genius. I'm just I think outside the box. Okay, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You had a tweet the other day. I seen a tweet saying if you could make one card work in the meta, what that card would be. Right?
Yeah.
Yours was wasn't it Inteleon?
Yeah, Rebel Clash Inteleon VMAX. Yeah.
What would your second card be?
The second card, if I could make work. How about, I don't know if you're going to count this, but I've always tried to make straight Genesect with like metal sources and stuff like that work. But I just don't think it's good enough. Does that count for an answer? I know Genesect is a meta card, but we're talking no Muse here. Does that count?
I would say yeah. I mean, I've seen decks where it's like been mixed with the little Dragapult and all that too.
Yeah. Or actually, if you want to completely off the wall, a card that I'm still to this day trying to make work, and I don't think until Drago comes out, it's ever going to get played. Garchomp V. That is a crazy card.
That's not a thing.
It's gonna get some love with Regidrago.
Yeah. Regidrago, yeah, of course. But Garchomp V by itself, that's not a thing. It never can be.
220. It's not even like enough.
It's not a thing.
Cost is a little too much. Yeah.
Before as well. Like, Jesus. Like after Trinity Nova, you have to do one more. It's like, golly.
Do I have it in me? Can I get it again? Yeah. No, my thing is Mimikyu VMAX.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I want
yeah,
that card to work so bad. I made a deck that it was like 500. You know, I win a couple, lose a couple. So it's like cool, but it wasn't winning enough, and I couldn't get it to work. I was so sad.
My current pet is Zero or a V-Star in the Lost Engine. I played it on stream last night and had some amazing games. So very enjoyable.
What are you using, Mirage Gate?
Yeah.
But you're only hitting 240. That's not a whole lot.
No, you hit 190 plus the belt 220, but it's the V-Star power that shines.
Oh, the V. I'm thinking the VMAX. The VMAX is only 240.
You know, to slap a Pokemon or wherever multiple times after like
60,
Sableye,
60, 60, 60.
Ninja,
Yeah.
So you can pick off like Manaphy. You can take 4 to 6 prizes in a turn.
Yeah, you have a 6 prize turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
He gets it. I like HotChoc. He gets stuff. Stupid, you're like, yeah.
No,
6 prizes.
I mean, I'm still kind of like not quite alive right now.
It's 11 a.m. where you are. Here it's barely 8. You're not alive?
You shut up.
Meanwhile, Shai's over here like, it's 4 p.m. I'm just
4 p.m. I've been working for ages today. I was out for a run at 7. Oh
right,
dear.
So 6 prize turn accomplished. Do I have a sound for that? There we go.
Yeah. How many points did I get, Gazer? How many points did I get?
7.5.
7.5. Okay, I'll take 7.5.
Yeah, you took more prizes than needed, so.
I took one of your prizes. Give me that. I love that.
He took one of our prizes. He did.
Yeah. Reverse Uno card, Hisui and Heavy Ball, or whatever.
It's never happened before, but it happened.
That's a good card, that Hisui and Heavy Ball. Love that.
Okay. So we've already kind of touched on you starting content creation and everything. So I'm going to skip over that a little bit. But your journey as a player.
Oh, okay. I thought you skipped over the whole part. Okay, go ahead.
When did you start playing Pokemon?
Okay, I started playing when Boundaries Crossed came. Let me just get up when that actually was. Boundaries Crossed release day.
2012, 2013?
I'd like to say like 2012, I think. I think I was in year 12 at school, I think. Or what does it say here, actually? 2012, July the 12th, 2012. So that's when I started playing. Yep. Mostly on TCGO. Just literally just... I was one of those guys... I was mostly... free to play then, so I just like get your starter deck and just over time buff it slowly. Used to watch like a lot of Puka back in the day. I think he was the only real TCG YouTuber, at least that I knew all the way back then. I think Fish Knuckles might have been doing it, but Top Cut,
baby.
I think Fish Knuckles might have been going. I think Omni Joe was a little bit later as well, I think. And then when I sort of stumbled on his channel, you start learning more about the meta and what the good decks are. And then I bought a Plasma Blast booster box when I was 18, and I packed 2 Blastoise in there. And I was like, wait a minute, this Blastoise is a good card, right? And I went on and I was like, oh yeah, look at that, you can play it with Keldeo and Black Cure. So at this point I had a job, so I'd like buy some of the cards and just play with my friends, really. I didn't go to my first event until... maybe when Furious Fist was out. No, it was after Furious Fist. It would have been Phantom Forces, I think. So that was a little bit later.
They were back to back. Yeah, they were back to back.
Yeah, so in that time zone, I think I was playing Mega Manectric, Landorus, Lucario, Cacturn. So just a proper little mismatch where I was trying to counter everything. Did alright, actually. Came second. Yeah, so there was a Lucario EX that would just...
Oh yeah, I love Lucario EX. But what Cacturn was that?
It was the Plasma Freeze Cacturn, and the reason why I played it was because for 1 energy it did 60 damage, and then with a Muscle Band or whatever it was, it would Oko a Seismitoad. So that is why I had it in there. It wasn't very. It was an awful counter, but that was
Metacall, 1 counter card. Seismitoad was a menace.
Yeah, Toad was definitely a bully. For sure.
Yeah, Toad was.
I played Seismitoad a little bit online. It was fun though, but I love that Lucario too. It hit really well. I like that second attack where what is it? Draw till you have 6.
Yeah,
is that it?
Yeah, Corkscrew Smash. It was called. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I enjoyed Lucario bats. I like Toad bats. I like
Luke bats.
Everything bats was fun. Lando bats. I really loved.
Landy bats. Yeah. Speaking of Landy bats,
Mel. You have Goon.
Yeah, true. Not quite the same. Yeah. But speaking of Landy bats, that was actually one of my first breakout performance. So I think at the last UK Nationals, they had like a day 2 regionals. It was back then. It was called like the International Challenge, and I actually top 8'd that with Landybat. So that was like my first actual, good result, right? And then ever since then, I've just sort of been following the meta a little bit more. And I think over maybe since just before COVID time, I started playing seriously and actually gunning for an invite. Last year, I didn't really have enough CP come the season restart to get an invite. So I started the season again with like maybe like 100 CP, and I couldn't get to every regional, so I probably wasn't going to get my invite there. But this year, I'm going to try and go for it. So yeah,
there you go. Yeah, it's weird how everything's kind of been shaken up with like now with this massive influx of players too, especially here in the States with like 1,000+ player regionals. It's getting a little bit harder. Like it was already kind of a challenge, and now it's just like, whew, it's an endurance. You got to hit every event. You got to go to all.
Yeah,
of
you
them.
do. Yeah, you do. It's pressure. It's pressure. Like if you don't get points at a regional, it's like it's really, really annoying. But what I would say though, testing with my friend Demetrius Eaton, he's so good. Like
yeah, he's been ripping it up.
Demi, yeah.
He's just been training me up big time. Like what I've learned, whenever we test, he always just like cracks my skull every game. So I'm just used to like people playing so well. So when I go to like a region or whatever, and someone doesn't play like optimally, I'm like, whoa, it's so much easier to win now.
You made a mistake. I can win. Yeah,
that's it. I was like, whoa, you didn't do that line exactly perfect 2 turns ago, so I can actually win. So yeah, testing with him. Big shout out to him. He's crazy. Yeah. Top 4 the London Open. He's got the most CP in the UK right now, so shout out to him.
Ooh, yeah, that's
like
good.
100.
That's real good.
180, I think.
Okay.
Already.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good to have somebody of that caliber as like your training partner, basically too.
Yeah,
and all that kind of stuff as well. It's always a benefit.
Oh, definitely, and he'll always keep me on the straight and narrow. If I ever go too crazy with like a deck idea, he'll just be like, right, come back. He'll be like, come back, let's test it against Palkia. That's what he plays mostly, and I just get stomped. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Change your mind. You're like, never mind. I won't try this.
Fair enough, you got me.
I'll put down Trevenant VMAX. You're right.
Yeah, turns out Trevenant weren't good. Who would have thought that, right?
I can't use Garchomp V. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Garchomp V would not do good against Palkia. They just put down Manaphy, wouldn't they? Like, whoops.
You're like, well, now, yeah.
Yeah, literally. Such a stunning looking card though, that Garchomp V. I got 1 ult and 1 full art. They're just gorgeous cards.
They're both, they're both really pretty in general. Yeah, I do like them both. They put Cynthia on anything, and then like it's instantly money though too.
It sells. Yeah.
People do.
How much
their
does
Cynthia?
People just love any cards that's got women on them, isn't they? To be fair,
this is fine. Let's go this route. So,
oh God, here we go. Gazer's bringing back. Oh, I don't know. No, Gazer, don't do it. Don't do it.
I used to have a segment on my stream called "Hot or Not," and we would check out full art supporters. And it could be male or female, anybody. We just check them out. Like, okay, they're a 10. Oh, they're a 5. They're a 8. But it got a little dicey when someone asked to check out Marnie. I'm like, wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah, gotta be careful now.
Wait a minute. We can't check out Marnie. We can't do that.
Oh, God. We're getting canceled this episode. I know it. Gazer, you're digging our grave real quick, dude.
If we can survive the Senior Doom episode, we'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean we were kind of like hooting and hollering pretty rough with that one. So
that's the episode we should have been canceled on. So we're gonna be fine. We're okay.
But
no, Shai. I'm curious. We talked about your content creation. We talked about how you started playing. When you first started out, you were not HotChoc.
No,
you were someone completely different. You were a whole different person. What was up with the name change?
So how I actually got into content creation, when was probably about Leipzig regional. So what's that? Sun and Moon. Darkness, what was it? The set that had her in Burning Shadows. So basically, I have a friend, Benji Hutchins. He's actually commentating Lille Regionals this weekend. Okay. He came to me. He was running a podcast called the Slowpoke Well, and I was on maybe his 3rd episode, maybe because I met him at a League Cup. He was judging, and then he says, "Oh, I'm running this podcast. I've had you on good responses. Do you want to come on and be like a permanent co-host?" I was like, "Yeah, sound. Let's get involved then." So that's sort of how I actually first started doing content all the way back with him. Mm-hmm. And then over time, we had work commitments, couldn't really keep the Slowpoke Well going, so we stopped it for a good while, maybe a couple of years. And then we looked to start it back up again. All well and good, we had started doing a bit of YouTube, bit of the regular guest commentaries and all that stuff. But then he had a lot of commitment as well. I think he was going to his last year of uni, I'd like to believe. And he was like, I think I'm gonna have to close this down for good. I just can't commit regularly. And I was like, oh, fair enough, but how about like can I just roll with it then? Like, can I just keep going? He was like, yeah, sound, carry on. So yeah, so all the way back then is how I started as Slowpoke Well.
Okay. So that's definitely unexpected for the origin story of it.
Yeah. And then the reason why I changed was because it was right around the time I started doing more of the comedy stuff when I realized I wanted to sort of go in a direction that wasn't necessarily, 100% deck profiles, right? Like I wanted it to be a bit more, a bit of comedy here, maybe something else elsewhere, and a bit more personality behind it. So I was like, I kind of wanted the brand name to reflect that. And then HotChoc was a nickname I had back when I worked at McDonald's ages ago. So I just hold on a sec. I've actually, when I worked at a Pure Gym, when I worked at a Pure Gym, which is like a chain over here, my name badge, I don't know if you can say that, it says HotChoc. So like that's always been like my nickname, my persona. So I thought let's just get that involved with Pokemon. So did the old switcheroony.
You have to wear that at the next regional you go to.
I didn't even think about that. Wearing it out.
You got to use that as an ability use marker.
Oh yeah.
Next time you play the ability use HotChoc.
Your V-star marker.
V-star marker HotChoc. That is a fantastic idea. Why didn't I think of that? Like, it's just been sitting on my door. It's on my like office door. So that's a good idea. Though. I'll do that.
HotChoc. I'm not gonna ask why you got the name HotChoc. I'm pretty sure we could all figure it out. But
there's two ways. I won't tell you the first way. The second way though is when you're at McDonald's, all the hot chocolate powder comes in like this big tub. Right, big tub. And I was doing like a restock and I dropped the tub and the hot chocolate powder went everywhere. So like that's how it started, and then unironically it sort of carried on for other reasons.
Just happened to be okay.
It's now rated X.
That's it. Yeah, you have to do age verification to keep listening.
All right, everybody log in, give us your social security numbers, your bank account, the last four, your credit card, and the three numbers off the back, and then you can listen to the rest of this episode. We'll move it over to OnlyFans.
Yo.
Ooh, HotChoc.
There we go. There you go. There's your new venture.
HotChoc OnlyFans.
John,
you would have
tasteful
some
ones though. You got to do like tasteful ones where like everything's covered up with like cards or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say get like an ETV in the right places.
Just laying down and just you got like a Charizard Ultra Premium collection in front of you.
Yeah.
What is this podcast already into, man?
Comedy, probably.
I swear our first like 4 episodes we were respectable. People are like, oh, I love the podcast, very informational. Now it's just like a comedy show, man. We have sound effects now. So hit one of the sound effects now, man.
Which one do you
like
want?
A radio show.
On DJ, run that back.
All right, here you go. We got the air horn.
What is this now?
I don't know. I don't know anymore, but I'm having fun. That's all that matters.
I'm having fun.
Good. All right.
But no, so Slowpoke Well, that was a podcast you used to do. You just took the name, ran with it, and then decided to change up. You know what? That's understandable. That's fine. Speaking of changes, okay, I don't know if we can get into this too much, but you were part of the Shuffle Squad.
Okay, yeah.
You made a move. What's next for you?
What's next? So, I still create for Channel Fireball. Been doing that for a while. Shout out to them. They are great, like great company. I guess realistically, moving in like the immediate future is to try and get more historic content out and try and do a bit more. What's the word? Don't want to say adventure. Yeah, sort of adventurous content. Like I did that video with Andre Scubal, the world champion, where like I tried to play him like a 5-pound deck. I did the video where I interviewed all the champions and asked them like how to improve. So I guess for my content, so I'm gonna try and do a bit more of that. And then I guess for the brand, I just want to try and commentate as many regionals as possible. To be honest, just try and get as many. I've done 2 so far. Bilbao twice, but I guess I did the Hegster Endgame and then Pog 2 times as well. So I guess that's
Pog.
Yeah.
I knew you were coming from Pog. Yeah, I remember Pog for sure.
Yeah. So I've done. So I guess the goal is to try and do as many as possible. And then if there's a super end goal, could happen this season, might not, is to try and get like a Pokemon official stream. Kind of hard over here because they only do the official streams in America. So unless it was an IC, then that would have to be what EUIC or OCIC, because I'm guessing LIC they've already picked their casters. And So, but maybe you never know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make as much noise as possible down the regional mics. That's the idea.
I feel you. I feel it. I on Twitter, I tagged you. I don't know if you saw, but I tagged you in a tweet. I was saying people I think should,
Oh, I did see that. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
and you're one of them. You're great. Our girl Punka Amy. I had a few names on there. Our guy on guard is getting pretty good at it. So
On Guard,
Send Your
yeah.
Doom. So I was, it's like there's people who can, cast and do. Because I was talking with Primetime,
Yes.
and he has a great voice for it and just good energy, kind of like you. You guys just have great energy. I feel like I have decent energy, but compared to you two, my goodness. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, that that would be actually like a cool dynamic as the two of them for sure together on the mic.
yeah,
That'd be a cool dynamic. I like that a lot.
yeah. Primetime and Hot Choc. Prime Choc.
Farm Shark.
Hot time.
Oh,
Hot time.
Hot time.
Oh.
Hot time. Oh.
Hot times.
Oh.
Got a funny story actually about when I casted Bilbao the first time. So, when you cast, the players have like headphones on that have white noise, right? So they can't hear, people talking. And at the Bilbao, I'd like to say where the players' table was and where we were casting from was maybe like 7 to 10 meters away, so not the furthest distance away. And then when I was introing the game, I was like, all right, guys, so we're here, round 3. We got so-and-so playing this deck and so-and-so playing this deck. You just see the players look over at me. And I'm like, oh, my God. So we had to stop for a sec. And they could hear me over there.
No.
So I had to, for the rest of the stream, I had to turn it down. And everyone was like, why was he like so quiet in the Bilbao stream? Because I literally couldn't be loud because I was too loud for the headphones.
Can you imagine you're shuffling your deck, all you just hear, all right, guys, here we go. You look over, you're like, what? What?
I'll go ahead and go second then. I know the answer.
Yeah, that's what I got worried about. Like, did
Yeah.
they hear what deck they were playing? I was like, damn, I've just kind of ruined this round if that's the case. It was a super bad matchup. I think it was like one person was playing Mew and one person was playing Stefan's one prize like Hooper Moltres. So
Okay.
I don't think the Mew was going to win.
Oh, the Mew, he's going to struggle.
Yeah, that wasn't a great matchup. That was the dark times for us Mew players back then.
The dark ages of Mew.
Yeah, everyone's playing Path and Baby Moltres. It's like, go away.
Baby Moltres was like in everything. Whatever you play, just stick Baby Moltres and like 4 dark energy. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Just
a
Clara
couple Clara and you're good to go.
You're fine. You're good to go. Yeah. Now we have Drapion for that. So.
Oh, don't get me. What a stupid card design that is. Oh my goodness. Like
Spoken like a true Mew player.
No, right, let me tell you why this is bad card design, right? Because it's like a 1-card answer. Doesn't need energy, right? It takes 3 priority. It's just, I just don't think that's very good for the game.
When the tournaments was popping off and was a big thing, they gave us Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos. Did almost the same thing.
Yeah, but Galarian Zapdos, at least you have to wait a few turns to use it, right? Because of its ability.
Zapdos last night on the stream really made me mad. I'm playing against some like Lost Box deck or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm playing the Zeraora, and they're like, "All right, cool, I got Zapdos." It's like, who the heck plays Zapdos?
They had Galarian Zapdos.
They had Galarian Zapdos. They had to attach 3 energy to it to attack into the Zeraora, and I was like, "All right, whatever. You deserve the win, you piece of crap." I was mad. I was so mad. I know exactly. That's what I was saying.
When that tournament comes back, I'll be ready for it.
Like I was just like.
I guess Arceus.
More for Arceus, I think. Yeah, that's the problem with sharing weaknesses with top tier decks. You always just get caught in a crossfire, right?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, this for weakness as well.
And I would have won that game too if it wasn't for that pesky Galarian Zapdos.
Metal Zapdos and Melon Drapion.
Stupid dog.
There you go.
I like cards like that, specifically designed to counter one really top tier card. Because if not, that card goes unchecked, and then we're playing Baby Moltres and everything, Or I like cards like that. I like that design.
Have you actually ever had the instance of using a Drapion against like a Palkia player where they like keep calling and then slap a bunch of Sopples down? Like, I've always heard like, oh, that's the potential play. You just put a choice spell on there, attach an energy. They got 3 Sobble. You boss up the Palkia and KO it before they can evolve. And like I always hear this play, but I've never actually ever seen it happen anywhere.
I've heard about it a couple times. Never seen it. Same thing. Heard about it. Never seen it. It's like is it a myth?
Yeah, I think it's a myth.
A legend?
I think it's a bit of a. Unless your opponent only has 1 Palkia, I think that is a death sentence play. Because I ran this play via Demi, right? He only plays Palkia. I was like, oh, what would you do if someone Drapion did Palkia? I'd be like, I'd laugh because that's the most easiest two
like-
fighters I'll ever take. I was like, fair enough. Palkia would eat that for breakfast, yeah.
Oh,
Or you could do some like crazy stuff and like go for a Greninja, set it up for an Aqua Bullet plus Roxanne or something. Like I don't think it's the way to go personally, but yeah. In the team challenge, funnily enough, one guy was playing Giratina, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to play like goes one prize as long as possible, so like double Mellow or a Corio and Deoxys, right? Because I can't ever use the VMAX in case the Drapion comes. I have to save it for late game. And then so I won both the games. I was like to him, "Do you actually play a Drapion?" Because I didn't see it. He goes, "No, I don't have it." I was like, "Forgot, I could have just been swinging with you VMAX much easier."
oh
like,
man.
You're trying to time when you evolve, and you're like, do I do it now? Okay, I better wait. Maybe I evolve.
No,
You're trying to time it and
that
figure
was
it out.
literally exactly what. There was just one time I needed to hit something, and I drew into like 2 VMAX, and I had 1 UV on the bench, and I was like, "This could lose me the game if he has JP on board." But I need to. I was literally there for about a good few seconds, like, I was like, "Go on, then do it."
Oh.
Players
I was
I
terrified.
played last night. We went best of 3. I ended up winning in game 3, but like the first game, went first. I lost that one. So then I went first the second game and I got it. And by third game, he was like debating when to evolve his Mew because if he didn't evolve it, I just knock it out easy. But if he evolves it, I can reach and get the numbers because I have the choice belt. I have
Zoroark.
I have a Halucha, Radiant Halucha. So he's like, trying to figure out what to do. He's like, he's like, I should just attack with Meloetta. I'm like, yeah, you should have just attacked with Meloetta. But then he left me on the bench. I bossed it up and then I hit it anyway. And so it didn't even matter. It cost him the game. He just couldn't get another Mew out. But yeah, so instead of giving up 3 prizes, he only gave up 2, but it's still he was so far behind after that, just couldn't catch up. But it could be tricky when they evolve that VMAX because Mew's it's a VMAX, but it's kind of fragile in a way.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. It's not like compared to Kyurem with 330. Kyurem doesn't
Boy.
move, does it? Right?
Who you telling?
Kyurem just stays there. Speaking of Kyurem, that was the second most played deck in SLC. Did not see that coming.
And it did
what
not,
was that about?
It did not top 8. The
No.
highest place it got was 15th. And then
So one made in top 16. I just don't
scrolling
see a
down even
reason.
further. Not another one until 37th.
Really, I just don't see a reason to play it over Palkintelion, to be honest with you. Like Palkintelion with like quick shootings, choice belts, echoing horn can one shot fairly often. So I don't see why you'd want to slam this big free prize Pokemon and remove all your consistency stuff just so you get Roxanne all the time, right? Like
I think the only like real reason I would see it is just because like you can slap a wash energy on there and you're safe from Giratina. Where they can't.
That is true.
They can't hit you for the 280. They can't remove you from the board with the GX. GX attack or the V-Star power. Oh lord,
GX. What year is this?
Getting my game mechanics all backwards. But that's the only benefit I can think of is if you expect a lot of Tina is to be able to like still do all the other things with the energy cards and still have access to the wash energy. Where like Palkia, like you can technically play it in Palkia, but it doesn't feel as impactful.
No, it has to sort of be its own sort of deck, doesn't it? You have to
try to with Palkia. I went like 2-1. I was like, that's enough of that. It was like say it can be inconsistent. I tried it with Palkia, and having that nuke is nice. That big nuke of just cure him, get him, and just blow up anything that's in front of you. Cool. But it was a bit inconsistent. I even tried it with the Inteleon engine, got a little clunky. So when it clicked, it clicked. Other times I'm like struggling to get going. So there's got to be a list that works with it. It has to be because Palkia Ice Rider worked. It has to be some list that works with it. So. It's gonna take some tinkering, I think. But this meta's almost over. We're gonna move on to Silver Tempest in a week. Yeah,
it's really strange how small this meta is. Like I'm missing 2 regionals because of like other commitments, and it's like, oh, I actually don't play this format at all. Then I was like, okay, fair enough.
I couldn't go to SLC or Peoria, so like,
that's it. Then, is it? Yeah,
just, I'm already like thinking ahead to Lugia and all this. Weirdness.
What are we thinking for next format then? What are we? Come on, Gaze. What are you eyeing up, Gaze? Come on.
Looking at Regidrago.
Let's go.
I feel like that could be I don't know if it's tier 1, but I feel like it could be like fringe tier 1. Just the fact that you have like that toolbox option. What do I need right now? Oh, I can use this. I'll attack with this. There's also that Dragonite that's coming out this set that charges up other Pokemon, kind of like Arceus.
Yeah.
So I can go Dragonite if I need to. If I could buy a turn, or I could shred through with Duraludon. There's so many different options. I could use your boy Garchomp V.
Yeah, Garchomp V, yeah. And you use Gudra as well.
I could use Goo to
Yeah,
reduce
use
her damage.
rolling
I just feel like
tackle.
that toolbox is gonna be so much fun to use. Lugia looks cool too. On the rogue side, I'm liking Radiant Jirachi. I don't know why. I think it could be fun.
Oh, is that the
Flip a
one where
couple
if
coins.
they... Oh, is it flip 2 coins, both head your opponent's knocked out, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And its ability is if it gets knocked out, you get to computer search a card, I think,
Yeah,
right?
go get a card. So I'm like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
that could be a little fun. You know, it's a single prize or something. It could be kind of fun.
I love Jirachi. I got a soft spot for... There we go. Look at
Yep, Jirachi. Yep.
little Jirachi.
Yeah.
I can get down with Jirachi. I can get down with Mew. That's fine. I get down with I like those mysticals. Mythicals.
Mysticals.
Mysticals. You know. Celebi not so. Celebi was so.
No,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Lugia. I think Lugia and like any of the big single strike VMAXs could actually be super fun together. And like
I have my local shops working on that too. He's trying to buy up all the single strikers.
with Gengar because you've got Hiding Dark. You can play it with Urshifu because you've got Stone Energy. You can play it with Tornadus because you've got Powerful Energy and Sharon, and then they all can use single strike energy and ramp up your damage.
Oh yeah, because I guess single strike actually has the urn, which is like a special charge, right? So
you can play the tower as a draw engine as well. You know, discard whatever.
I didn't think about the towers.
And,
you can play with the towers.
Yeah, I think
it's
a lot of cool options.
Is Lugia? It's a V-Star power, right? It's not an attack.
Yeah, it's a V-Star power.
Oh wow, yeah. So that could
pick up
really
2 colorless Pokemon, put them on your bench.
So you just grab the LP ops and you just start accelerating the special energy from the deck, and then.
Wow, yeah, that could actually be pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, that's where my brain is running off to. Literally, all 3 of those VMAXs will be fun with Lugia.
Yeah, local guy from here. He's about a month ago when the last set dropped, he just started buying up. He bought up Salamence. He bought up Tornadus. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, right.
He's like, I'm getting ready for Lugia. I'm like, you are? He's like, well, think about it. He explained it to me. I'm like, okay, makes some sense. I say it could be a little clunky, but I get what you're going for.
Yeah, Salamence sits for 240, right? Yeah. So I think you'd always play Tornadus, I think, right?
Yeah, because you just accelerate higher with single strike energy. And you
I think he was looking at Salamence and powerful, colorful, and then Sharon's Care, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean you can share with Salamence, but yeah.
Oh, but you have to have a stadium in play for Tornadus. Oh yeah, it's kind of annoying actually. Yeah, but I never even thought of it using it for other.
I mean, they can have a stadium in play though too. So like if they have a path down, you can eat the path or whatever else. But I think it's finally time for the single strike fans to line up with Lugia and see what we can do.
Yeah, single strike.
Where's our boy 9 card at? That's his go-to. It used to be my go-to too.
Like how you just called him our boy, but yet you two constantly have beef.
I want to play him in basketball.
And he wants to wrestle you.
It's not wrestling. It's not wrestling.
Okay.
Isn't he like a black belt or something, eh?
Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
he's a jiu-jitsu.
Don't want to wrestle him.
Yes, but he's a jiu-jitsu.
he is a jiu-jitsu.
My brain is like half alive right now. Right?
It's 11:30 a.m. It's 8:30 here. I'm late to work. I'm gonna get fired. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
You're not gonna get fired.
Everyone buy some merch. Gaze is gonna get fired.
There you go.
But speaking of jobs,
subscriptions and all that nonsense.
Speaking of jobs, you recently, within the last 2 or 3 months, you've gone full-time content creation.
I have.
What was that like for you? Was that a scary moment? Was that like a liberating moment? Did you feel good? Like feel liberated? Like yes, I did it? Or what was that like for you?
Yeah. So sort of over time, I used to earn all my money from personal training, right? And then over time, I just sort of, because I started uni recently. Well, I say recently, since my 3rd year now. So I started like dialing it back as the content money would go up. It would like sort of, just sort of go a little bit more like this. And it got to the point where I was like, I only had like 2 clients. I'd see them maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. And I was just like, it was getting irritating. Okay, that's it. Irritating is the wrong word, but it would ruin scheduling for like, if I'm trying to like edit a video and I have to quickly go to the gym and see this guy. And I was like, yeah, you're a bit annoying now. And I was like, well, realistically, if I was to like, been off the PT, could I like increase productivity to try and earn more? And then that's sort of when like Channel Fireball came around as well. And I was just like, I could probably do this. And then I was on a holiday in Bali and I was just like, yeah, it's just YOLO swag in. And what's the worst that can happen? I'll just get some clients again. That's not too hard, right? So yeah, and it's been fun. It's nice just like waking up, going to the gym, going for a run maybe, and just been like, right, now just edit a video or film a video or just brainstorm ideas. And Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I love it, man. Love it.
Love how you just said, let's just YOLO, see what happens, and it's
Yeah.
working out for you. And that's
That's
great,
it.
man.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this is about 2 months ago. We had been talking about trying to get you on the podcast, and you said you're going on, your holiday, you're going on vacation, and then
Yeah.
while you're on holiday, you send a picture of yourself, like it looked like a ad for like a clone, like you're off, staring in the distance, and
It
you're like,
was a,
I've
it
finally
was a
done
bit
it.
of,
I've gone full time
yeah,
content creation. I'm like, oh, yay.
it, it, it was a bit of a posy picture. You are correct. Yeah.
I
I
remember
had
that.
to get the good angle.
It was funny though. Like he went on vacation to announce he was going to go full time content creation. That's great. He went all the way on vacation just for that, just to
Yeah,
just
just
for
for
that
that
announcement.
post.
Photo
Yeah,
opportunity.
that was it. Yeah. That was fun because after I was in Bali and Singapore for like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and came back, and then had like 2 days rest until it was World. So like that whole month was just like constant, just fun stuff like holiday, Bali, Singapore, and then just Worlds like a week afterwards. It was it was just so much fun. Like it was sad to come back and be like, oh, it's all over now.
Oh man,
You
life.
could do
For
it all
now,
again
for
next
now.
year.
Yeah, to be fair, I was casting Bilbao in like a month after that, so it wasn't too bad. But it's just like, oh, back to like uni now and stuff. Boring.
So with Lille this weekend, how do you
hmm
feel? Because I know the EU players don't always do the same thing as the North American players.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
Do you think the four Reggies in top 8 is gonna make a statement for the EU players to potentially play Reggie, or do you think they're gonna find a way to counter it a little bit differently?
Yeah, I expect a ton of Giratina and a ton of Palkiev is so popular over here. So I actually think as well, one of the biggest differences between Salt Lake and Lille, I think, will be the amount of single prize lost box. I've heard so many people talking about it. Some people love it. I think fundamentally it's sort of a strong just deck on itself, right? One prize that can do 250. It's got the inclusion of double Snorlax now, Caper Toughness. It's got the baby Lugia as well.
Yeah.
So you can maybe start to flirt with using Greninja, Radiant Greninja, and then using that as your big late game hitter.
Yeah.
So I
250.
expect that.
Whew.
Yeah,
Have 5 cards
250.
in hand, right? That one.
They have to have 5 or over, I think.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
now
and
in this meta,
that's fine for singles. I mean, for not singles, for Lost Box. They have
everyone's
hands of
hands are
11
so
cards.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
after like turn 1, they have a hand like 8 now.
Yeah.
So that's my big. I reckon Lost Box is going to do really well, especially because it's Tord won Baltimore with it, and like over here, a lot of people will just sort of run with what Tord played last.
Oh, that was Peoria.
Oh, Peoria, sorry,
Yeah.
Peoria. Yeah, my bad. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of Lost Box. I don't think it's gonna be as much. What's that little Donny called? Curum. I don't expect that to be more. A lot of Palkia. I don't think there's gonna be as much Reggie. I think Reggie is gonna be one of those decks where if you like plot success and time on a graph, it will just go like this. As people just, people will start to respect. You get like collapsed in. You'll get, I don't know. Oh, what else is there? Collapse. There's other text for it, right? I don't know what they are now, but Avery. Sorry, that's the one. Then we'll start playing that, and it will go down. But yeah, so that's what I think. I don't think there's gonna be as much Guja as well. I think Guja is another one of those decks where, like, I know a couple Palkia players over here are playing the Crabominable now, just for Guja, and I've tested that matchup from Guja's point of view, and that Crabominable makes it as close to an auto win as you can get. Like that Crabominable just slaps a Guja out the way.
Yeah.
Like
Outside
it is
of
gross.
outside of the Gudra that won, the next highest placing Gudra was 61st place.
Ooh.
Was
so there was a
it?
big
Yeah.
That's
gap
just an
there.
outlier then. That's just it's
yeah.
not a
So
yeah.
I mean, like once we saw like the top 8 like seeds and how it was paired out, like okay, cool, Gudra can win this easily, So with all the Reggie just chilling there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
once it made top 8 and you saw the rest of it, it's like, oh well, that's Gucci probably
Yeah.
make a run for it.
And then
But, I mean, it seems
ahead.
like Gucci's just an outlier. It's not going to be like a big, the next big thing, is it?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's not a bad deck by any means. It's not top tier. It's not like tier 1. It might be tier 2, tier 3 at best. But I mean, like in comparison to what Shai said is that like single prize lost box might be more popular in Lille, but the highest placing one in SLC was 34th place. So it just like wasn't really super popular.
This is strange.
It had a high meta share, but I guess just not a lot of players had that skill cap to follow through with it.
Yeah, it's a hard deck to play. That one. I've tried playing some games with it, and it's not an easy deck at all. But I think the power level is just, like Sableye swinging for 120 and like Lugia now and, Crime Ramp with a cape as well. Like you have to actually invest into that. Like you can't just tap it. Like you have to actually, I think it was Alex Szymanski just recently did the capes and it's just
he one late night. I was with Primetime Wizard. We casted the last. Well, I casted the last
casted that.
20 minutes of it with him. Yeah. I didn't know he wanted me to cast with him. I rated into him. It was my birthday. Afterwards, I rated into him, and he casted the top 8. And I'm watching. I was like, I would love to do it with him. I said, but I want to, like, hey, put me on. I don't want to, impose. So I'm watching. Okay, so I got hungry. Went to Taco Bell. Came back. I'm eating my chalupa. And he's like, I say something in the chat. Oh, Gazer, you're back. I've been asking for you. You want to cast with me? So I'm like, oh, some stuff and chalupas in my mouth, trying to eat the chips. Like, hold on. So I get off like the last match, the last game. And we talked to Alex afterwards, and he was in a mirror match with the Lost Box, and that cape made such a difference, man. He caped he would cape a Cramorant and just cape a Sableye. You're just sitting there like, it's the mirror, so there's nothing they can do about it. Like, well, now what?
Yeah.
You have one or two Lost Vacuum, and he plays 4 capes. So you're like, what do I do now?
One sticking. Yeah, because I think Sableye with the cape survived the Crammer as well, right? So it's just like Sableye just popping multiple Lost Mines is just gross. Like, oh, yeah, Sableye's a strong.
Sableye's a menace. He's a menace around here.
Yeah, Sableye is. I think that's going to be I think it's going to be good for a long time. I was debating whether to start trying to learn it because I was thinking, like, how could a meta shift to where one prizes that can swing for 250 and spread 120? When could that be bad? And I'm just thinking it probably can't, right? So I might try and invest some time into that because
I think it'll get even better because like it's going to survive for at least 2 years, and we're going into evolution Pokemon.
Exactly.
Like look at the Magnezone they showed off. It's got 330 HP. It's a 2-prizer, but it's also a stage 2. You know what you have to evolve from? Probably 60 to 70 or 80 HP Magnemite, and Sableye and Cramorant are just going to look at you like dinner.
Yeah.
Magnemite and just start sprinkling damage around.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So
exactly.
So they're going to have to. I feel like we're going to see maybe the stage 1s find more success with the EXs once.
I think so. It's really rare to get.
You're going to have to rare candy. Like you have to rare candy like ASAP.
And it's really rare for a stage 2 to be super playable. Right? The last one was probably like, the most successful would have been Gardevoir, right? But that's when
my big attacker. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's just like a super success. Well, it won well, didn't it? But like that was because when you rare candy, number one, you had Sylveon to help set it up, right? But then when you rare candy, you can then attach extra energy as beefy HP. It was like once that guide has come down, it won't really going anywhere, right? So I think a stage 2 has to be crazy for it to even be considered to have play because it's just so hard to get him into play, right?
Gardevoir. I mean, we had a Forest of Giant Plants and we had a Decidueye.
True. That is true. That was just before, though. I think. Oh no, same matter actually. Yeah, but that's the time. You have to just be able to cheat the rules, right? Like Greninja, you had water dupes. That was one way to sort of cheat the evolution rules.
I love cheating rules, man. I take this from PTCG Radio from Walsey. Anytime you have a card that like cheats a rule, it has the possibility of being a really good card.
You have to take
it like seriously. You can cheat evolution, you can cheat energy attachments. You have a chance to be a really good card like that. I'm like, that's so true. It's true. Think of Welder. I can attach 2 energy and still attach 1 more. Broken.
Yeah, that's it. Anytime you can break a fundamental part of the game, you have to take it seriously, right?
Yeah,
anytime.
Mirage Gate,
Gate, B string, any of them.
It's just going to be insane forever as long as they exist in the format.
Yeah, what was the even the single strike mustard and maybe not so much rapid strike, but at the time, no one was like, these are rubbish, right? And then all of a sudden, Beedrill comes out, everyone's like, wait a minute. Bing!
Yep, I can get a single prize out, put energy on, and take a big knockout on a 3-prizer. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that deck was crazy strong. That was another deck Demi played for a while, and I was just like, stop, man. I can't do anything.
The bees were strong.
Playing single strike at the time. So I'm bullying through Arceus and stuff like that, and someone's just like mustard, Beedrill, attach, knockout. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Being able to read the meta for like calls like that for very specific decks is such a strong skill. And like to be able to build that deck, test it, and have it actually fire off in the right metagame, like huge props to those players that popped up with that. Because it was a flash of the pan. We haven't seen it since.
Nah, the meta just doesn't because
Well, I mean,
Arc B just has no game plan against Palkia, right? That's why.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, meta shifted because Palkia came out, and it's like, I
Yeah.
don't need special energy. What do you mean? So you're like, well, no more bees.
Yeah, that's literally it, right?
Yeah. Remember that one regional when Whimsicott was a thing because Arceus was everywhere with its double turbo. I mean,
Yeah.
the double turbo energy. So
EUIC, yeah, with Frank,
EUIC,
getting
Frank
second,
Gust,
and then
yeah.
people
shout out to
playing
Frank. Yeah.
people playing it the week after in Indy, and then it flopped.
Yeah, what that was like a very good call for the day. But once it's on people's radars, like,
Yeah,
because fundamentally that's not a strong deck. I don't think that's like a catch 'em by surprise kind of a deck. Like,
Yeah, and that's exactly what it did. You know, I can't attach. How do I do? So you catch them by surprise. Yeah.
yeah. So
I was playing Zoroark Monday, and
Right.
the guy ended up losing to, and ended up tying with who ended up taking first place. He was playing Shadow Rider. And I'm like, I can win this matchup. So this is an easy matchup. So we're both playing, we get to his turn. He's like, wait. He's like, I can just attach your energy and you can attach your energy. I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
I was like, you're right. So we both realized it. So I was like, I was like, wait a second, you're right. So I was like, I gotta get the Lost Box going. So luckily that's when Lost Box came in handy because I just hit him with the cram, and he just he's only doing 10 if he kept going that route. So eventually had to evolve and knock out the cram, and and then we went back and forth. I beat him the first game, second game he beat me in turns, and we tied. But for a second we're both like, oh wait a minute, I won't be able to attach. So I was like, I gotta get cram out, and I got it out that turn too. So, but just catching someone by surprise like that, sometimes you surprise yourself. You realize that this is a good matchup for me, and you didn't even realize it, you didn't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember in
all the lines of play.
in Bilbao. I didn't commentate the final, but the final was won by Alexandro Cremasoli, and he was playing like Whimsicott with a Shadow Rider, and then his game plan against Mew was just lock in a path, Marnie, and Shadow Mist. They can't attach energy, they can't draw cards. So you just literally keep doing that forever until you get like 3 Whimsicott set up. It's like, right, now we can start the game. It was a bit of a bloodbath, really.
Sitting there just waiting. I'll just do 10 Shadow Mist.
Yeah,
another 10 Shadow Mist. Another 10 Shadow Mist.
We can go.
Yeah, it's not slow playing. You're just setting up your win condition at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. Then like he would release the lock when he had like 3 Whimsicott. And you still can't attach special energy. But now I'm doing more damage. Yeah, a bit gross.
Oh yeah. The way that you can see different lines of play with all these different decks and different matchups is always so deep, honestly. And people don't give a lot of these random decks and enough cards enough credit sometimes either.
Yeah, I feel like you can see all that, except unless you're playing Mew. Then Mew is just, let me draw cards and hit
No,
stuff.
wait. I've got a story about a line of play, right? This is Liverpool Regionals, right? This was Demi. I wouldn't be clear to think of this line of play.
Okay, let's
It
hear
was a Mew mirror. So it's getting to like, I don't know, maybe 2 versus, maybe 3 prizes each. I don't know. It was late game though. And then Demi was looking through his opponent's discard, and he's like, right, he's got no boss left, and he's got no power tablets. So Demi worked out he can psychic loop, right? Because there's no tablets, no boss, infinitely, right? You can psychic leap, draw the cards, keep doing it over and over again. And his opponent couldn't do anything about it. So he leaped for about 7 turns, decked him out and won the game. And I was like, that is ridiculous thinking to even consider that. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Just even think, wait a minute, I can leap here, and you can't do anything about it. I was like, that's bare clever, I thought personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so many different options. Most people don't.
So that happens like 1 out of 1,000 games. That's cool. That's cool for me.
Oh, Gazer, just being a poor sport. Come on, man.
Well, the glistening droplets, KO, I did that one in Liverpool.
Yeah, I've seen someone do that before. That's cool. When someone goes that route, that's cool. I've seen that happen before.
Hit with the old droplets, the wood sprinkle.
Finish off the last prize you need or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, are we ready for some stonks then? I feel like.
Oh yeah, let's hit some stonks. Sorry.
You're good. Gazer, what do you have for us? Normally you have something off the wall and ridiculous. He's already rubbing his hands. I'm not even looking up, and I already know he's rubbing his hands.
I am. How'd you know that? I am.
Because you do it.
No,
you do it every episode.
So this is the stonk segment. If you guys are listening for the first time, what this is, we're gonna pick a couple cards, that we feel like are gonna see more playability, or may go up in a value, up or down actually, in actual value. Steuben usually handles the money side of things because Steuben, he likes money. I handle
money.
Money me, money now, money him. But no, and I prefer to do things on the playability side. So I only have 1 card, or 2 cards. I have 2 cards. One of them is kind of iffy, kind of like, ooh, maybe. The other one I feel like is, is like a no brainer. The first card I'm thinking of is Echoing Horn.
Okay.
I feel like it sees play here and there, but I feel like we're going to start seeing 2 copies of Echoing Horn, for Lost Box, for Palkia, stuff like that. When Palkia could bring back a random Giratina and just take an easy knockout that way, so having ramp up and try to get to that 280. Sometimes Palkia can miss. If I could just bring up a Giratina, boss it up, or cross switcher it, boom, so much easier. And a lot of times Palkia lists I see only run 1 horn. I feel like 2 horns are going to start popping up, and even in Lost Box. I've seen a couple Lost Boxes with an Echoing Horn, but if you can manage to fit 2 in there, imagine Echoing Horn bringing up a Sobble and then just dropping damage on it with a Sableye, easier knockout. Something like Horn's going to start seeing more copies of play. Second card I'm thinking of, Gardenia. I'm not entirely sure, but I think with Regidrago on the horizon, people are going to find a way to get Regidrago powered up, and I think people are going to go to Lost Engine at first. Which may work, but it may not work. Because you end up losing. Let's say you have to Lost Zone one of the dragons you need. Now you're in danger.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like Gardenia might be a little bit safer. You might have to run it with the not the Whimsicott, but the Eldegoss that grabs energy. Or you have to run a lot of Energy Search and Energy Lotto. Something like that. Something along those lines. But I think Gardenia might become a card now we see on the horizon. So grab a couple if you haven't got them yet.
Yeah, I've seen a few Gardenia in like early lists of Regidrago that people have been dropping on Twitter and such. So like a 1 off, a 2 of in there because you're playing fire and grass for it. So makes sense.
So I think that might become a thing too. But that's all I got for this week. Nothing outrageous. I'm even kind of iffy on the Gardenia myself. I'm like, and the Echoing Horn is like, well, duh, Gazer, everyone's playing Horn. But I'm like, I think we're going to see more copies of Horn. It's so good right now. It's time for Palkia, for Lost Box, even for Kyurem. If you're playing Kyurem, you can manage to get an Echoing Horn play, get a boss, and you take out one of the small little V's. It's, it's good for Kyurem too.
I can see it. Full art Gardenia is about $13, and the rainbow is $7. So
get the
if the regular Gardenia gets some play, I could see it going up to $20 a card if it does success.
I say get your rainbows while you can now. I end up pulling a rainbow, so I do have one. I need to probably get a couple more just in case.
Yeah, rainbows usually don't do too hot here.
They don't
in North America.
I need to buy my ones from America. I do. They're much cheaper over there, apparently. You can get a Gardenia normal for 1 penny over here.
Oh yeah, there you go. Balling on a budget. Let's go.
There it is.
All right.
I've got a card to throw in for potential stonks.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
I think the Wind Pressure Lugia we mentioned earlier, because I bought a couple for about £2-3, and I think if Lost Box catches on in any semblance, because it's a legendary, it's an old card, it has Vivid Voltage as well, that has the potential to get, I reckon it could be like a £10 holo maybe. So if I was you, I'd buy a couple now just in case. Because if Lost Box goes the direction of using Radiant Greninja and then like 2 Lugia or even 1 Lugia, that's going to get really expensive. It's such an old any old cards tend to be more.
I'm looking at
right?
it, and I have a staff one that's slabbed up that I sold, so I'm glad I did whenever
that's
I did.
It's going to be expensive. Yeah.
The staff copies are $180 on average. The regular non-staff pre-release promo as low as 10, but market is 18, so there's definitely some damaged ones out there. And then looking at the regular copy, they're about 50 cents for the holo rare.
Okay.
They're more expensive.
Promos, excuse me.
But the promo, the promo is insane in value in comparison.
Why?
The promo looks so good.
Yeah, the promo.
It does.
The promo is pretty cool. You slap a belt on that thing, you hit for 280. That's the magic.
It's hard to argue with 280, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
and everybody has big hands now, so I can't even complain about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like before, it was like, it's not guaranteed, but now it's pretty guaranteed. I think that you'll be able to. Yeah, but you can get a promo one here for about €15. It's not too bad. Maybe I should buy one just in case.
Yeah, if you want to end up playing it, that's probably the way to go.
You're going to get that card, get it now. It'll be gone pretty soon, right?
Yes,
I mean,
it does
it's going to rotate pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh no, it's going to be. Oh no, what is it? Battle Styles on, is it?
Yeah, so it's the set 4. So yeah, Viv goes up.
So
I mean, we don't know when yet. exactly. Rotation happens.
February,
But
January,
so
probably.
Japan product information came out this morning. I noticed while I was, goofing around and trying to wake up. Japanese Scarlet and Violet sets are coming out in January 20th in
Oh.
Japan. So when are we getting them? I would assume February.
Mm-hmm.
So my assumption is that we'll rotate when it drops and it becomes legal for play. So,
Mm-hmm.
you spend 10, 15 bucks on a Lugia right now, you get a few months still out of it.
Yeah.
And technically that Lugia could also be played with Lugia V-Star because it
With
takes
other Lugia,
colorless.
yeah.
And you can
Yeah, it could,
accelerate
actually.
powerful colorless energy
Yeah, you
onto it.
could. Yeah.
So you can crank
Ooh.
that 250 up. You put one powerful on there, it's 270. A belt is 300. Another powerful is 320. There's almost every
One shot in
VMAX.
VMAX.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
real cheeky.
Yeah,
That's I like that one. That's super cheeky. That's
we might see Lugia and Tornadus together or something. It's a
I
possibility.
wish I would see a little
Yeah.
Lugia fly by and smack like a big Kyurem, just
Literally.
knock it out.
Get out of my face.
Yeah, and I mean the Kyurem usually has a big hand too because they're drawing cards with Greninja.
Melanie
They've
and that.
got
And Greninja, yeah.
Melanie's and Irida's grabbing extra cards, and Bucket's always filling up the hand with extra water energy. So yeah, they're gonna definitely have more than 5 cards on average.
Yeah, and you can always just bench this Lugia and do it in a turn, right? Just catch him. Like, wait, what's going on here? Boom!
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Double Archeops, accelerate 4 powerful colorless energy, retreat, have a nice day, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, literally. Straight to the discard pile you go.
So that's we're on to something now. My brain's ticking. There we go.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I can get down with that one.
Double
Get Justin
Lugia
Basil on
decks.
it. He'll work on it too.
There we go. So for value, if you don't have Palkia, buy them now. The boxes
really?
cut the V-Star price in half.
Really?
So before those boxes dropped, the V-Star was about 26-ish US dollars, and now they're about 13. So they got cut right in half. So buy your singles for your Palkia. Definitely hop on that. The Zero Ore and the Oxys boxes are actually doing pretty good in terms of value. Zero Ore V-Star is like $10 a piece. The VMAX is 5 or 6 each. The Deoxys V-Star and VMAX are both about 6 to 7 each a piece. So by the time you break those down and then add that into the value, the MSRP is 30 US on those boxes for the 3 cards and the 4 packs and the jumbo. So you're actually breaking pretty even, cracking those open for the singles. And because if we look at promos in the past, look at Solgaleo GX, the promo with the turbo.
Yeah.
Shrike.
Turbo Blaze or
that
whatever.
box sold out, and then that card was $30. You'd buy the $20 box and get a $30 card. So if there's ever any success with these Zero Aura V-Star VMAX, the Deoxys V-Star VMAX, they're just gonna move. They're gonna move up. They're hard to get.
Yeah.
Those products were heavily allocated by half. So we'll see what happens with how many end up actually being big money.
That's crazy. I remember this Valley Box. I remember walking Walmart, before everything, shut down in the world. I remember walking Walmart, just seeing those sitting there. I'm like, okay, and no one was buying them. And then within a week, they were all bought up. I'm like, okay. And I wasn't playing at the time, I was just collecting. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess people like those things. So I was just whatever. So, but I realized, I played online. I realized I was like, oh, this is actually a viable card.
Yeah,
so
I think at the peak, the code card for the Solgaleo was selling for like $5-6.
And Trevnov as well. That was one.
That's the one where I'd never seen that in stores anywhere. I'm like, it's nowhere. It's not a thing. It's not real. It can't be.
Yeah, that was insane.
I never seen it.
And
everyone bought it up.
That regional that it popped off or whatever. It was the very last regional before everything cut off. Was that expanded one? And that's what won. And yeah, those blew up in value, and it also hurt because we never got the full art, the rainbow, or the alternate art in English.
No, we didn't. No,
and, that would have definitely crushed the value on those.
Yeah.
Well, Sun and Moon, we missed out on a few cards.
Yeah,
I mean, eventually got released. Like a couple got released eventually, like the black and gold Reshazar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not the black and gold, but the gold. But we missed out on a few cards here.
Yeah, we did. We've been missing out on a lot of stuff. It's kind of crazy. And then one for the collectors for the Stonks. Gengar VMAX is blown up.
Oh yeah,
Alternate
that's
art.
an expensive.
The
Yeah.
alternate art one was about 100, 120 a couple weeks ago, and now it's almost $200 for that alternate art
my
Gengar
gosh.
VMAX. So don't
Mhm.
sleep on Fusion Strike. I could
I
see.
mean, that alternate. First off, in to be fair, that alternate art is a beautiful card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
The one that's the G Max Gengar just swallowing up the
Yep.
whole every. Oh my
The
gosh.
whole world, yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely blown up in terms of alternate art value. And I can't
There we
really think
go.
of anything else other than like Gudra's still super cheap. The winning didn't do anything for the price. So that's an
How
option
much?
to build a cheap deck if you're looking for cheap stuff. Arceus is still pretty steady for some reason, especially when Palkia dropped down. I think there's an Amazon exclusive Arceus premium collection box though, so I don't know if people are gonna hop on that, but it's like $60 for that box.
It's
But
expensive. Yeah, it's
it's
not.
got 10 booster packs, a V-Star and a V and a Jumbo. So it's not the worst value if you completely break it down.
Because the V is going to cost you what, $6, $5?
Let me double check.
The V Star is going to be $25.
Let me look and see if it's made a difference at all. I haven't off the top of my head. So yeah, it's crazy. That box is being scalped on TCGplayer for about $100, but you can literally go on Amazon and get them for $60 right now. But yeah, regular Arceus V-Star is about 20, and a regular V is 6 to 7. So it's $26.
$20? I thought it was 25.
So yeah, we'll just say 25. You take that off the 60 after your tax and whatnot, but you're getting 10 packs for less than $3 a piece on average. A good spread of different sets too. There's even some Evolving Skies in that box.
Could get the Umbreon.
$400
right.
Umbreon at this point, I think now.
It's crazy.
I think even Rayquaza is starting to finally move in value. So like these alts are really starting to push the craziness here. I wonder with that Leafeon, Rayquaza $291 market price.
Ooh.
It's up there now.
The V Max or the regular V?
The V.
I mean the V Star, the V Max.
The V Max. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
I mean that regular V art is gorgeous too.
Yeah, they're all really pretty. Leafeon went back up to $161 a piece for the V Max. I wonder if Israel Sosa had anything to do with that. And then the regular V is $60 for the alt art. So
yeah, did you see that deck by Israel by Dirty that he brought back Leafeon? You see that?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I had no clue what was going on watching that, but it works. So, jeez.
Well, he alluded to it on Twitter, and I was like, he's not talking about Leafeon, is he? He's not talking about that. And then there he was.
Yeah, Leafeon, V-Star, V-Max, Charizard, Lost Engine, like all over the place, and a hot run into day 2 with that. Now that would have been the ender for Gudra though. Put the Galar Mine in play. You've got the gusting of the V-Star to move things around to reset the 80 less nonsense.
Reset.
Swing in for 300 with a Leafeon VMAX for 2 energy. Whew.
Yeah,
that would have been decent. That would have been.
Yeah.
Whew, that could have been
wild.
essay worthy. You come out of there winning with Leafeon out of nowhere. I thought I'd write that one down. Could get around.
That's a video right there. That's a video.
We mentioned Deoxys VMAX, and I have a little sneaky suspicion that's going to get played in some capacity. Because I didn't realize it covers all Pokemon. I thought it had covered Deoxys VMAX. My initial thinking was like, if you go like an Arc Intel that doesn't play Path, it plays like Lake Acuity instead. Your Arceus V-Star is just not getting one shot by like literally anything, right? And you can start sharing Care Looping. I was even thinking about, you know about this, maybe a couple in a Zoroark V-Star, so Zoroark doesn't just get like immediately responsed all the time. I think it could maybe see at home there as well.
And its attack cost is Psychic double colorless, so I mean like
you could attack with it in that day,
and then you could technically attack with a Gengar too if you're playing Psychic Energy.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so I think
Zoroark's such a glass cannon. If I could, keep him getting a knockout, I'm knocking out whatever's in front of me after that.
Yeah, so like I've played a bit of Zoroark. If your Zoroark survives, you're literally like so far ahead, right? So I reckon I'm gonna get a sneaky 2/2 just in case, because I reckon there'll be a home for it somewhere. I really do.
It's uploaded, but it's pending. The next deck profile for the channel is actually Shadow Rider with the Oxy splits.
Thought about that too.
So
Oh, there you
I thought
go.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Shadow Rider. Yeah,
I really like the Deoxys V-Star because it gives you that V-Star power. I won a game on the ladder against a Giratina last night, and they went and took out something else, and then I was just all right, cool. I'll overextend fourth energy onto this Deoxys. So between the one energy they left on the Giratina after a KO, I flipped the V-Star power over, hit him for 300, and then they were just like, oh, what? So they attempted to attach to another Giratina on the bench so they can evolve the next turn and use their V-Star power. And I was just like, nah, boss's orders, choice belt, 220, baby, let's go.
Not today. Not today. Yeah, the Deoxys is quite fun. I recorded a video, but I don't think I'm ever going to upload it. But just like loads of Deoxys VMAX, like a 4/4, and just like big charms, sweet honey. And like I think an Arceus was hit Trinity Noving for like 80 damage at one point.
Oh, Lord.
Just like, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, 30 less from every V-Star. 4 in play, that's 120 less. You put a Gardevoir in play, that's another 20 less. That's 140 less. Woo!
And you can use the guard energy next set as well.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
it does get a little bit silly. I don't think it's ever going to be super competitive, but if you want like a fun deck for the ladder, it's
Yeah,
just
and you
fun.
heal too. You heal 30.
Yeah, you heal 30 every time, which comes up clutch as well. Like,
yeah.
I
That
think
sounds like a deck right up my alley, or For the Win, or a Little Dark Fury. Somebody. That's
yeah, that's the thing.
that's some
Everyone was
fun deck. Just
covering.
something fun. Yeah.
Like everyone was covering on release day, like a split deck, and I'm like, nah, I'm just going full 4/4 and healing. So
Nah.
any rogue deck profile, I don't really do deck profiles anymore. So feel free to take that and run with it. Just give me a shout out. Yeah, the deck was crazy. It was
All right.
so much fun.
I have to order a few more cards. All I do is physical deck profiles. I stopped doing
Oh,
TCGO
nice.
deck profiles. So
Yeah.
I will have to buy more cards. You've enabled
Work at a
me.
card shop, so it's easy.
Well, I mean, I bought our entire stock of the Deoxys and Zero Aura boxes.
So when it came in, so I'll be taking those. Thank you.
So no, we were supposed to get 2 cases. We were supposed to get 2 cases, and each case has 3 of each. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll be able to, take a case for myself. The owner takes 1 of each product for his collection, and so all right, we'll have a couple for sale. And then they allocated us to 1 case, and it's like, well, he took his 1 of each. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna let these hit the floor. I'm just gonna go ahead and have you take these out of my paycheck now.
I'm mine now.
And I've been having a lot of fun with the 2 of them. So they're definitely a nice little breath of fun.
Yeah, just a
Like
little,
Gust
just a
to
little
win, if
bit.
you will.
We made that joke earlier. We can't do
Oh,
it
that's
again.
My bad.
Can't make the same joke twice. All right,
Yeah.
we went hard on the stonks.
Yeah, a lot of
so-
stuff
Love
to
to
talk
see it.
about.
Love to see it.
We got some Q&A. Not a
Cool.
lot actually. I
No,
think just two on Twitter. And
I'll let you handle them. Go ahead, Stu.
they're not
Okay,
they're
go
not
on.
crazy. Let me find them. I gotta scroll a little bit. As always, we occasionally put the Q&A out on the Twitter. Don't forget to follow us at Gust Win Pod and ask our questions a couple days in advance before we record, as well as we do things here live on YouTube as well. Sometimes on Twitch. Probably just gonna stick here on YouTube because it just feels so much better.
Yeah.
I miss Twitch.
You can just go stream on Twitch if you want, Gazer. It's fine. Let me find these
Twitch is a
questions.
mad company. Some of this stuff. There's also a question in the chat as well. I think we should talk about.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
we will.
Yeah.
We'll do a couple of those. Let me find these 2 real quick.
9 card says he runs double Drapion. That's come on, bro. It's not that serious. You don't need to run 2.
It's not that serious.
That's
He
it.
thinks
That's
me was a
why.
menace.
See, that's why when I was playing against Giratina yesterday, my first VIP battle pass, well, all my turn 1 board was Genesect, Deoxys, Meloetta, Oricorio. You ain't getting no easy prizes off me. That Ruby Max ain't coming down to the end.
All right, we have 1 joke question from Twitter and 1 serious question from Twitter. We'll start with the joke question. It's from our boy MWDC, the editor of all the thumbnails and all that. If he's hot chocolate in the winter, does that make him choco milk in the summer?
It makes that chocolate ice cream in the winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That chocolate ice cream, baby.
There you go. Gotta keep cool in the heat.
What is this podcast rated again?
Here it is. Hey, I'm just talking about ice cream out of the top. I ain't gonna care what you're on about, game.
Yeah.
He's calm himself down over there. It's a kid's card game, bro.
All right, and the serious question, which you've kind of alluded to a little bit, but there's a second part of the question which we can do. This one's from @RainbowMuck.
Okay.
What made you decide to start making the skit videos, and which is your favorite?
Oh, good. That's a great question.
Skit. That's so hard. I put my heart and soul into all of them. So what made me want to start the skits was, like I said, I was getting a bit fatigued, like bashing the daily profile, the daily deck profile. I was like, shout out to people like, For the Win, I think's on daily now, Omni Poker on daily, Little Dark Fury just been doing it for like 5 years or whatever, and then Zapdos as well. But at the end, I was getting to the point where I'd wake up. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like build some rubbish deck and like play for 2 hours to get 2 good games, and it was getting to the point where I didn't enjoy playing Pokemon anymore. At that point, like something needs to change now, because Pokemon's like my outlet, right, outside of work to like enjoy. And if I'm getting to the point where I'm like forced myself to play Pokemon, and I wasn't enjoying it, I was like, this isn't sustainable. So I was looking around like other sort of content I could make, and then I'm sure everyone knows of RDC World, right? They're like the classic.
Oh, yeah, they're hilarious. Yeah,
yeah, they're doing all the basketball, and they're goated. They are. So I was just watching my little videos one day, and I thought, I reckon I could do this. Obviously not to their level, but I reckon I can, because like there's so many funny things in Pokemon that I think you could easily just exaggerate, put into a skit video, and it will work. So I thought, yeah, let's do it. And I think, I can't remember what exactly. Oh, the first one was when you're waiting for Pokemon cards to get delivered. I took loads of like different UK delivery companies, like I don't know, like Parcel Force and whatnot, and like see how they post. Like one of them would just throw it over your fence. One of them would like put it in your bin, and it got decent reception. So I thought, let's run with it a little bit more. And then the one that sort of popped off a lot, and I thought, I can actually like do this more seriously, was the types of players you see at Pokemon events.
That one.
Yeah, that one. I remember I put it in Verbank. I don't really put stuff in Verbank often because you get a lot of negative comments there. I'm like, I ain't for that. So I put it in Verbank. When I saw people in Verbank were like, yo, this is sick, about 20 different people, I was like, wait, if Verbank's being positive, I might be onto something. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Verbank like this.
I think now, I've been looking at Verbank again, like more recently, and I think it's better than like the current state of PTCG Twitter. Like,
I can. Oh yeah,
because you can't be anonymous on Verbank because it's your freaking Facebook account. It's your first and last name for the most part. And I mean, some people can change their names and so on and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We might be going back to the days of Verbank here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Twitter's always on a madness these days. You wake up, wow, what crazy stuff. Things happen. Because I mean, we're like ahead of you. So like, I won't see any US drama until I wake up, right? So I'll wake up and it'll be like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning. I'm like, whoa, Jesus, yeah. Just going like, wow, someone did this, someone said this, I'm like, wow. Okay.
Wake up in the morning. Who got canceled last night in America?
Yeah, literally. Like, always get shit. Sometimes you wake up, you have like, I don't know, 20 Twitter notifications. Like, oh no, what's happened?
What's happened now?
Yeah. I was saying to Debbie the other day, like, if I've got more than 10 noties on Twitter, I'm like, oh no, like, what's happened? Just hyper vigilant. And I get back to the question. So my favorite skit, I think, is the If Pokemon TCG had an anime.
Real? Oh, I thought you said the real life one. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that was. Oh, that's probably my second favorite. But yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I recommend you watch it. I put so much time with like the cinematography of that and did like a lot of things, and it turned out really well. So yeah, haven't done one in a while. This skit actually. I've got a couple of ideas. Okay. But just haven't got around to filming them. One thing about the skit, they're just so fast to make though. Like, oh, it's so good. Compared to like, I don't know, 20, 30 hours on an essay, like you just do a little skit and like you can do it all in one day. So yeah.
Feel free to do one about Twitter drama. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
And then get one where Gazer gets exposed for his scams and like more of a documentary style.
Backflip was real. It was real.
It was real fake.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
We have a couple questions from the YouTube chat. This one is from Justin Basil. Shout out to justinbasil.com for all of your Pokemon needs and resources.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Any chance of a new episode of the Wind and Hustle?
That is a fantastic question because there will be soon. It's not going to be called the Wind and Hustle. This is like a world exclusive. No one even knows this apart from me and Demi.
Yo, drop the spice. Let's go.
Yeah, this is hot off the press. So me and Demi are going to start our own podcast. I think it's going to be called The Night Watch. after Trevnar, which you mentioned earlier, actually, as we both love that card.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're gonna start our own podcast. We're gonna try and be weekly. And yeah, the reason I want to start one is because I don't think there's any TCG podcast where the hosts are like sat with each other, right? So it kind of adds a new dynamic. So we're gonna try and run with that. I'm just gonna be bare loud, and Demi's gonna be spouting out super high end competitive stuff that I just can't think or even comprehend. He'll be doing that. I'll just be being loud. So it's hopefully gonna be a fun dynamic. So yeah, that hopefully we'll get the first EP recorded on Monday when Demi's back from Lille. And that will be on the second channel, which is actually called HotChoc at the minute.
I hope he wins to make it even more like fluid and dynamic. Like if he top 8s or wins, has a hot run, like the exposure you'll get alone from that to get people to listen to it on top of like the platform you already have, that'd be phenomenal. Yeah,
so I'm gonna be like, if he does any semblance of war, I'll be like, right, don't post your list on Twitter, don't say a damn thing until you get back.
Just wait.
Need to make him watch this episode.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod. Yeah, and there's a good chance he's been doing really well with his power kit testing. So yeah, in the long and short of it is, yes, there will be some podcasts soon, hopefully. Awesome. So and shout out to a quick shout out to Justin Bezos. I remember when I started taking the content more seriously, I was doing like some of the Rebel Clash preset coming out lists. But I was on his website just looking for ideas, and I saw he linked one of mine. He was like, other ideas, Slowpoke Well, and I was like, oh my god, that was such a like, yo, this is actually working. People are taking notice. So shout out to you. That really meant a lot to me.
He'll give you credit for whatever you do. I've seen one where he gave you credit on what deck list was that, Sim? He gave you credit on one too. I was like, yo,
it was I had an early access build and battle kit, and I opened it up, and he linked the video as like a sample for it. Yeah. Maybe there was a deck list too. I don't know. Quote me if I'm wrong.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was a deck list.
Maybe it was a deck list, but I know I was on there for Lost Origin build and battle, I believe, because I think I had the first one on YouTube. And spoiler alert, I think I might have the first Charizard Ultra Premium Collection video on YouTube next week.
Yo. You better get that out ASAP.
As soon as that shipment comes in, I'm closing the store for 20 minutes and filming it. I don't care.
That has like potentially get like 100k easy, I reckon. If you're the first one opening it,
I hope.
That will pop. Because I remember I had the very first trainer toolkit, right? I was the first one to use for that.
Yeah, dude, somehow. You had a ton.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on? What is this? Yeah, I think it might have even got as high as like 7k, which for me, at the time was like crazy. I was like, what's going on?
For us little boys.
Yeah, and then, but then, and that was like a little rubbish toolkit. That has not a lot of collector things. So if you're the first one for a Charizard Ultra oh my goodness, that's crazy. So yeah, I'd get that.
I hope the shipment comes super fast because the street date on that is next week. So I hope it is like all these big box retailers here in the States have been doing pre-orders all week long, and I'm afraid of like if they break street date and ship it faster, then somebody will beat me to it. But like, benefit of working at a shop is like I get first dibs on my own product. So,
it's very good. That is very good. So yeah, that'd be crazy if you got that out. There was a question I wanted to get to in the chat.
Yeah.
It was where was it? It was from Lazy Death. Is Silver Tempest going to change the meta much? I'm going to say no. The biggest thing from Silver Tempest, I think, is going to be the tool card that gives V Pokemon that ability. Yeah. I think Lugia just slots itself in as like a tier 2 deck. Maybe like a one prize or a single strike focus one. It will still be tier 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the main addition is going to be that tool card because the most obvious deck for it is Mew, which is crazy to even think about giving Mew a computer search at any point in the game is just crazy. But there's also going to be some other ridiculous combos in like, for example, like the Lost Box single prize. You could just play like one Eldegoss, so you can even float it up, get it back out of play. But you can bench it, get your supporter, computer search any card, float it back up. I think it's going to be so many crazy combos that card just opens up. So I think that's going to be by 4, well, maybe not 4, maybe 3. Buy 3 of them straight away because that's going to, guarantee it quick. Right now. There's going to be a time that card's going to be like £10, £15 easy because it's a hollow rare as well, right? So it's not going to be easy to get. So get them straight away.
Yeah, I mean, look at Sableye. It's a hollow rare. It's like $3 to $5 on average.
Yeah. Exactly, so. And that's and that's still this set. That's only going to go higher, right? Like
I also think I'm with you. I don't think it's going to completely change the meta. A few cards will be added, added to a few decks. So definitely
Yeah.
that tool card. I feel like that energy that guards from V Pokemon
guard
reduces
energy.
by 30.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
Guard
That
energy.
would be
And are we getting the camo tool card?
The poncho, because those
the poncho.
Those would have been in the Zeraor and Deoxys high class decks if they give us those as decks. So the poncho should be in. It should be in the set. Hypothetically, it should be.
I feel like that camo ponchos could be could be played somewhere too.
Yeah, what is that like? If it's not affected by supporters, right? If it's
correct,
yeah. So it's like an anti-boss thing, basically. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I'm sure Sander will come up
exactly
with that. Like
he's gonna have a freaking Leafeon V-Star able to boss up anything that's sitting on the bench that can't be bossed itself, and something ridiculous. Something crazy.
Yeah, Speaking of which, that probably makes cars like going back to the stonks for you. Cars like Lost Vacuum could start seeing more play, because if that leafy thing comes, that camo poncho, if that in any semblance becomes good, every deck now has to start winning Tool Scrapper or Lost Vacuum. In a similar way, if you're like a defensive deck that wants to Roxanne Path a Mew or a Kyurem, you now have to do that with tool removal, because they can just go. Because for some reason, that tool card works on the path, which I think is the most silliest ruling I've ever seen.
Yeah, because the Pokemon doesn't have the ability the tool card does, and it gets
That's so crazy. That's
ridiculous. So you'll have to combine Roxanne Path with Ormani Path with tool removal. So Lost Vacuum might get higher play, I think. Yeah. The ruling does not make sense. I mean, maybe it makes sense via the dictionary, Justin Basil, but what a silly interaction that is. Like
a letter of the law. It makes sense. It shouldn't, but it makes sense though, because the Pokemon doesn't actually have the ability; just has the chance to use the ability. It shouldn't make sense, but it does. Yeah. But no, the Leafy Camo will be out next set. I'm looking on Justin Basil's. He has a set list basically up.
Oh right, I didn't know that.
On his website. Subin, he actually did link your a couple of your decks.
I pinned the message for a few minutes there. I saw that just now.
Yeah. Shout out to Justin. I don't know what the stats are on your website, Justin, but I think you are supremely underrated.
I will say the views on those two videos actually were a little bit stronger than normal. So I wonder if he's to thank for that. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to Walmart today to buy ink to start my coverage for Silver Tempest.
Oh yeah, get on that quick. That preset content always slaps.
You got 2 weeks, dude. You better get started.
Oh, I'm gonna start today. So
yeah, look at this website, man. Just shout out Justin Basil. What an absolute legend.
Okay, let me see. I
just get tired of him saying this and Reggie Gigas and Zorak. They keep dropping down in his deck profiles. I mean, Searless.
Here's another question. This one's from Clam Burglar. Shout out to Clam.
Yo,
Why is Gen 5 the best gen?
It's not a bad gen, to be honest with you. It's a good gen.
So what do you mean? The running gag is that Gazer absolutely hates Gen 5.
You gotta talk to me. Why?
Why?
It's not just because of the ice cream Pokemon, is it? That's
I don't even mind Vanillux. I don't even mind that. There's so many worse Pokemon than that.
I think Gen 5's alright. The games are really cool. That was a big step forward, I think. The games, but yeah, what's in Gen 5? Yeah, Volcarona, that's a cool Pokemon.
I don't mind Volcarona.
Trubbish, Garbodor.
Garbodor, Pansage, Semisage, Pansear, Semipour.
Yeah, okay, the monkeys aren't that great. I'll give you that.
Muna. What does Muna turn into? What's the
Musharna.
Seviper, Samurott.
Samurott was a bit trash. Samurott. Yeah, the starters are, I think the weakest set of starters is Gen 5.
Embor. Yeah, Embor is just a big fat piggy.
Embor's a fighting type, but only learns superpower. I think there's one move. I'm like, why does that count? Vi level up. I'm sure the people are spamming it in the comments now. Like, Vi level up.
the people that like Gen 5 don't like it for the Pokemon. They like it for the characters and the story.
Yeah, that is true.
I think that's the strong suit, is the story element of N and the dynamic of Team Plasma and
But I didn't even like the whole, we don't want to have Pokemon fight. They should be free. Let's fight you with our Pokemon though.
Okay, coming from the guy who scammed the backflip for 200 subscribers.
That was me. That was me.
That's you, yeah. Yeah, so where's your story? The Legend of the Scammer Gazer Beam 2K.
The dog. Give me a bad name, man. Next time I start putting blame Gazer again. Give me a bad name, bro.
It'd be like the dark side of Gazer. That's what the title would be. Something like this.
I'll
Well,
make that a
Dark
YouTube
Gate
short. I'll promote it. I'll watch it. Make it a short.
Drew reacts to it. Like,
What's his
yeah, he's
backflip
right.
wheel?
You're gonna, yeah, he's the next. We're gonna wake up the day after that video comes out, and like it'll be like,
I'll be
okay,
canceled.
Gazer got canceled.
Get
Get the press conference ready.
It could happen. You're not wrong.
Gazer's done like apology press conferences in style of like a sports one on Twitch before multiple times.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think there was a skit idea that I don't think I ever followed through with, but it was going to be like reporting on Pokemon news as if it was sports. I never really got around to finishing
Hilarious
it off.
too.
Yeah.
There's an old. I don't know if you guys ever watched Key and Peele, but there's an old Key and Peele skit where they act like teaching was like Sports Center was like sports. So they had like Teaching Center, and they're talking about different teachers around the world and stuff like that. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. I mean, I need to do some more skits, man. I'm talking about them.
You
I mean,
need to.
It's gonna be such a harsh transition because from people that come to the channel for the like the mini docs, and then all of a sudden it's just me bouncing around doing this. It'd be funny, but I don't know. They do well. They do well, so maybe I should. But yeah, looking through this Silver Tempest set, there's not a great amount of good stuff, is there? Really? It's a shame about this Rapidash. It's a shame Palkia is this because that Rapidash could open up the door for some fun fire decks, but
Yeah,
you got Palkia knocking on the door. There's no
Water's
point.
just too strong.
Rapidash is what discard a fire and do extra 30, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can do multiples. Like Jenna said, so if you have 3 in play, you can go ding, and you can do like an extra 90. So just get
like a Radiant Zard loop deck. You just loop Radiant Zard over and over. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you do
could.
there?
You could. Victini V seems to be the front runner at the minute, I think.
Oh,
just gets, but yeah, Victini V Max can do like 300 now.
Before Palkia dropped, I bodied 9 card on his webcam wars with Victini, and then for the win, took my second list and covered it for a deck profile.
Oh my gosh!
So
Victini V is so bad. What are you guys doing?
V and V Max, man. I do. Enjoy
it's Victini V Max is so bad.
Oh, right now it's so bad, but 4 months ago,
even before that,
a little longer than 4 months.
What's the time it was good? Like
he can't knock out a freaking Inteleon. It's like, well, what the hell do I do? It's just sitting there like I can't do it.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. It is a bit one-dimensional. Yeah, that's a good. Someone's got a good point in the comments in the chat here. You hate Gen 5, but in Zoroark, Gen 5. I mean, yeah, you hate Gen 5, but Zoroark was Gen 5.
That's a good design, though. Zoroark's a great design.
But if it wasn't for Gen 5, you wouldn't have Zoroark.
Gen 5 is a necessary evil. It is. To get stuff like Hydreigon, Litwick, evil. Yeah, it's a necessary evil.
Have I got any Gen 5 plushes here? I don't think I have, actually.
Necessary evil. Oh, Lord Gazer, what are we going to do with you?
Look, I gotta go to work there. Do we have any more questions?
I think,
or do I need to talk more about Gen 5?
No, I think we got most of the questions covered.
I can go on a rant about Gen 5. That's no problem.
YouTube
I can
chat as well as the Twitter homies and homie-ats and homie-thems. So, yeah, I think we're good. So at this point, this is your chance for last words, any shout-outs, plugs, anything you want to make, anything you want to say. The floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, for having me. It's been a long time in the works. It's been super fun. I've enjoyed it. So when you've had another round of guests, I'm always happy to come back and get involved again. In regards to shout outs, I guess if you like my content, go check me out on YouTube. That's pretty much all I really do content wise. So just HotChocPTCG. Gonna have a new video up on Friday. Probably the documentary I'm most excited about. I'll give you a little teaser, a little world exclusive as well. Actually, no one else knows this, but the next upload is going to be the Pokemon TCG butterfly effects. We're going to look at some events or some situations and how stuff that you wouldn't otherwise know. 'Cause I've interviewed people for this, how people came up with certain deck ideas, and there's some crazy things that I don't think anyone else knows. That's going to be really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then shout out to Demetrius Eaton, my friend as well, Demi TCG as well. And then look out for that podcast if you are interested. Hopefully that should start next week. So, and that's pretty much everything.
Sounds
good. So, Shai, I have to ask, is there any chance we could do a co-pod one day? The Gust of Wind cross.
Yeah, of course.
The Night of Wind, the Gust of Watch.
The Night of Wind, Wind Watch. Yeah, we could definitely do something.
Wind Watch? Yo?
There you go.
Next week we're doing a double crossover with the Pittsburgh Pokemon podcast peeps. So they'll be
Say that 3
Oh,
times
yeah.
fast, Subin.
they'll be on our episode, and then we'll end, and then we'll move over to their episode.
That's a
So,
cool idea. That's a
yeah.
very
Say that 3
cool
times
idea.
fast, real quick.
What, Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast, Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can't. That's like the he was a smart feller, he felt smart thing.
He's a fart smeller. What?
Yeah, exactly.
A fart smeller?
Yeah, that's you.
Smart.
He was a smart feller, he felt smart.
He was a fart smeller. I don't get it.
You're not even trying. Okay, you're not even trying. But yeah, that's it for us for the episode. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel. If you're listening on Anchor and Apple and Spotify and Google and now Amazon, leave us a review if it's possible on those platforms. Star ratings and all that kind of stuff really do help get more listeners involved. Don't forget to buy your Blame Gazer merch. Link is always in every description. Use code word Blame Gazer for 10% off your entire purchase. All the proceeds from the Gust logo and the Blame Gazer logo will help fund him come to the East Coast for a regional. Gazer, do you have anything you want to say?
Please do not use hashtag Blame Gazer in any form or any fashion.
We'll make sure to add that everywhere we go. I'll start putting it in every YouTube video description and so on and so forth now, just to spite you even more so. I'll add it to every single tweet.
I'm still waiting on 9 card to play me some basketball. It's going down.
Yeah, and I can't wait for him to kick your butt.
Can't wait to see that. I'll be watching that.
Shai, you see the video where I bodied that the dude I played against was like 6'2", 6'3". You see me body that guy, so
yeah, I saw the drop, Steph. I saw the move. I saw the move. Yeah,
I'm super short, but I'm strong and I got a lot of heart, coach. So 9 card
get me in. Yeah. Bit like a Draymond
But no,
Green.
Shai, man, this was great, man. I knew we would have good chemistry, you know, bouncing off each other, having a good time, man, because your personality like myself and kind of like Steuben sometimes when he wants to be.
What? Gazer always thinks I'm so like bland and dry and boring or whatever. I don't get it. It might be the tone of my voice, but like I've had an absolute blast every episode this season.
You remember Ben Stein, the dry eyes, clear eyes, and dry eyes, and all the eyes.
Yeah, okay.
That's
all right.
Yeah, but no,
all right,
Shai, man, appreciate you. We've been working on this for like 3 or 4 months, man, and I'm just glad we finally got you on. Thank you so much, man. Congrats on your, belated congrats on being able to go full blown with your content creation, man. We're looking forward for more videos like that, the documentaries. We want more skits too. We want them, man. We want them all.
Yep. I'll give it some thought. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your hype and support. It means a lot, honestly. It means a lot.
All right, catch everybody in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.
Later, you guys. Yeah.
All right, recording is done. We're still live. So any last words to the chat that you want to say?
Love you all, chat. Thank you so much.
This shout out to the homies Justin, Basil, Clamburglar. Lee, what's up, Lee? Lee wants to fight me. That's fine. I'll fight you too. Chim Change.
Lee,
my boy King Drake Clout.
Lee is like the next town over from where I live. So he's like the only Pokemon player that goes to this one store that doesn't exist for Pokemon. I feel bad for him. He'll go, he'll sit there, and he'll like wait for somebody to show up, and like, all right, I guess I'm gonna head out.
You? Oh man, but yeah, my boy King Drake Clout, Dre showed up in the chat. That's the guy with the mule list I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
Now take a look at it when you get a chance, man. It is so interesting.
Yeah. No, definitely. Shout out to you as well. Day 2 in your first region. That's crazy. Well done.
Yeah, first regional, 48th, day 2. It's crazy, man. He had a good run.
Yeah, love that.
Well,
fair play to him.
If you want to send me any like logos or links or whatever that you want, any descriptions or the thumbnails and all that kind of stuff, feel free to just hit me up.
We need to start getting pictures in these thumbnails, don't we? Of the guests.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to them. That's their likeness and whatnot. So
yeah, Shai, let us send a picture of like you flexing. That'll get like thousands of views, I bet.
Yeah, I think I got some. Yes, I'll send you. I'll send you some thumbnail pictures for sure. You can. I'll send you like 5. You can pick whichever one you like.
Yeah, I'll send him to MW when he's not busy, and he'll get the thumbnail rolling and all that stuff. Yes. And then I'll have the audio version out probably tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we got to get it out.
Maybe a couple days late tonight, depending on how I got to run some errands and do some other things, but.
Yeah. We got to get it out at least by tomorrow morning. We're kind of late this week. I mean, it was worth it though. We got HotChoc himself on. So
yeah, and we'll be doubling it up technically next week with us on another pod and then us being on ours. So
cool. Love that.
Justin Basil said he can go to 2 or 3 stores for Pokemon literally any day of the week here. I can go to 7. We have 7 stores that do Pokemon tournaments every week. So I'm just saying,
I'm
That's
lucky
crazy.
if I get 4 kids to come play in a tournament on a Tuesday.
And you're wondering why Fresno's getting a regional. I mean, we're big here now. We're
There you go.
big
You
time.
can't argue that. You got the player base. So.
I think real talk. I think this Fresno regional because it's gonna be so hot in June. It's gonna be June. It's gonna be super hot here. Fresno gets hot anyway, and June's gonna be even hotter. I think we won't get more than maybe 600 people to come play, but 100 of them, 150 gonna be from Fresno, themselves. Then you get a few from Sacramento, a few from LA, that area. So it's gonna be a lot of Californians. I'll put it like that. Not a lot of people gonna be flying out, I think.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, we do have when I started playing IRL here, there was maybe Pokemon twice a week, and that was like 4 or 5 months ago. Ever since then, now 7 days a week. Some shops compete against each other. Like one shop does tournaments Saturday at noon, another one does it Saturday at like 12:30. So I'm like, there's no spot for everyone now. It's crazy. So it's Pokemon here every day.
That's mad. That I would love that. Always getting involved with little local events.
I
That'd
have
be
to
crazy.
drive an hour to Full Grip or an hour to In the Zone or whatever, or an hour and a half to Pittsburgh if I wanted to play every single day. So no thanks.
Clanberger called it the Gazer effect. As soon as I started playing, shops started opening up. It's true. It's true.
Well, maybe you should have them sponsor the podcast and should talk about them so much.
I do have someone from one of the shops who wants to, has codes for a tournament. So we ever want to do like a Gust to Win tournament, we have codes.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do an online tournament for the podcast. I want real stuff. Real stuff.
He wants the monies. Money him, money now.
No, I don't want money. Or do I? No, not really.
Oh, hey, Shai, appreciate that. I gotta take off, you guys. I gotta go to do a job. I gotta work with some kindergartners.
Both. Good luck today. Have fun. Gazer at work. Shay, thanks.
Hope I don't get called fart face today.
Yes, yeah.
I work with kindergartners, and a few years back, I have a running gag where if the kinder has a sibling, I call them their siblings names. Like, oh, I get so confused. There's so many kids here. Aren't you Jessica? No, you're Paul. Who are you? It's a joke, right?
Yeah.
And one kid, I was like, oh, hey, you're Charlotte. He said, yeah, and you're fart face. I'm like,
oh snap!
Okay, well,
with the speed as well.
I didn't see that one coming. That's all right.
Take that. Pew.
I'll go into a stream and call him fart face, and he knows. He knows.
No, that's great. Thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun. I'm glad that we eventually got it sorted.
Right on.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is great. We did an early podcast like this one time, and you popped in that morning, and I was like, "Whoa, that's HotChoc! That's HotChoc! Yo, it's him!"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I woke up. Same thing. Woke up early for a podcast.
Connor Lavelle on after they did Hot.
Made that run with Blissey.
Yep.
And then you popped in there at the very end. I'm like, yo, that's HotChoc. That's him. So I was like, I got to DM you. So I'm going to DM you. I got something to ask you. And then we've been working on it for months, man. It finally happened, man. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much. You're a legend, bro.
Nah, you're a legend. I love what you're doing here. No, can't wait. I'll give it a good promotion when it's up. I'll share it on all the socials and that. And appreciate that. It's been so much fun. Loved it.
Thank you.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.
Everybody.
See you later.